All right. We are back with another episode of Tread Talk, man. And I got my boy again with me to my left.
In the building. I appreciate being back again, man.
Man, all right. It's been a first episode with this dude, man.
Man,
And the clips have already been clipped. We're just gonna start on this one. Keep
yeah,
this
man.
conversation rolling.
Yeah, bro.
What happened with this Walmart incident, dude?
Man, so all I said was
Mm-hmm.
because we was talking about the type of girls that
Yeah.
I'm into or whatever.
Yep.
And all I said was, if I was just gonna have to run to Walmart and I had a girl that would be like, yeah, I want to go, give me 15 minutes to get ready, I don't want to. Basically I was just trying to say sometimes like I just want it to be quick. Like, we could just say we gotta go somewhere, we just throw something on real quick and go. The girls didn't like that on the TikTok, bro.
No, they did
They
not.
they didn't like that at all. They had a lot to say about your boy.
They did. And I was, it's crazy. It was like, because I'm on the page and stuff, and on TikTok, that's like actually the platform I at least look at the most.
Yeah.
'Cause most time it don't be hidden. To be honest, so I don't be paying attention, but I post on it anyway.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really on there, but people like I got some photographers that I follow, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like it's been they comments been like ain't really been hitting.
Yeah,
It
so
might be the new American version.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But when I saw it, it was like 9+ notifications, and it came into like 50+ notifications.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh man, something didn't hit."
Right, so I'm done here.
And now it's like at this time it's like at 20,000 views right now.
Yeah, bro.
Like 260 comments are just mad women where it's like they missed the point. I feel
They
like.
absolutely missed the point. Like
know?
they was really fixated on that 15 minutes, which that 15 minutes was just a number I threw out there. Like that was not like a hard number. Like it just I was just putting into context. Like if we can't head out the door in 5 minutes, like that's a problem for me, and that's a preference for me. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's just not what I'm like. I don't want that personally.
And one thing's like this guy has said, because like the girls on there, they're talking about like, oh, that's not the man for me. One girl was like, I don't even shop at Walmart, so we definitely won't get along. I said, well, dang, like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
but then one dude was like, if you with your man all day at the house and he want to go somewhere real quick, like you just laying around your house all dirty, funky, like,
right.
you know,
Like,
I'm not saying you gotta be all shower. I mean, shower would be cool. But
so let's
I'm just
let's put it into context. Like
Yeah.
so some of this stuff. Like I mean I and there might be more now. I saw at least 3 comments where they like, I hope you find a man for you. Crazy.
That's crazy.
I couldn't tell you how many I saw where they was talking about, I was raised where, you go out, you don't go out unless, put together because you don't know who you're going to meet. And I'm just thinking like, well, I didn't say you had to go out looking like a bum. Like just because you got on sweats and a cap. I see girls all the time that look hella cute in sweats and a cap. So I don't know why that translated to, although I do know people have a problem being out in public with sweats. It is what it is. Yeah. So there was a lot of that. Got a couple sassy, which I knew, anytime a man even remotely comes close to talk about what he like, he's sassy. So got a lot of that. A lot of I can't get ready in 15 minutes. I got to shower and do this. One person was like, it's gonna take 15 minutes for me to put on to fix my hair and the hat. I'm just like, y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping, bro.
It's the principle like, hey, we going somewhere real quick. I want you to come with me. Can you just kind of, we don't turn into a fashion show every time we leave the door.
Right. Then that was the gist of what I was saying. Like, I just don't want somebody that feel like they got to get fancy dinner ready to run to Walmart. Like, that's all I was saying. Like, the 15 minutes wasn't hard. Like, not looking like a bum. Like, I'm not saying that. I didn't say like, oh, like I never would wait for my girl to get ready. Like, it wasn't any of that. But to jump into that, like when I see stuff like that, and that's why like I don't really be on social media because number one, like you got a lot of bots and a lot of trolls. So like you get a lot of comments where it's like people they just want the engagement, you know what I'm saying? So they just be saying stuff off the wall. But then like on top of that, to be honest, like that stuff, sometimes it makes me feel sad and bad for people because I think when I'm reading these comments, I feel like a lot of these girls, and this is obviously just my thought and opinion the same way they had theirs, but I feel like girls feel like if a guy says something like that, they feel rejected And so therefore now they feel like they have to defend themselves or try to reverse it and be like, oh, I wouldn't want you anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And it's just like, it wasn't personal. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if that's my preference and that's not your thing, cool. We wouldn't be compatible. No, there's no problem with that. Like what's the issue? But then even deeper than that, I was just like, a lot of these girls I feel like are not happy with themselves, like in terms of how they look, and they don't feel attractive being out without makeup and things like that. So they don't feel like they can do that. So in me saying that, it triggers them. And that's just sad to me, because I'm just like, if number one, like, it's not that serious. Like, we're just talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never that serious. And it's like, number two, like, that wasn't directed towards you. I don't know you. You've never tried to holler at me and I shot you down. Like, this was not a rejection to you. But that's how they be taking it, bro.
Yeah. And on the flip side, I saw like a lot of, it wasn't, the comments I would say was a good like 75, 25. 75% of people did not agree.
They was right. They was not
but
feeling
the 25% that did, I really looked at them. I was like, some are like, you know what? Some even said, hey, that's his preference.
Right.
I can respect his preference.
Right.
It's not me. But hey, do your thing.
Right.
And some were also like, oh, for sure. Like, let me grab my slides. We out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones I like, the comments. I was like, yeah. Like,
right. And it's, at the end of the day, it's like, if that's, well, first of all, I think I was reading a lot of them comments, and obviously I don't know these people.
Yeah.
But as I'm reading them, I'm just like, I think you're just saying this to just be saying it. And I don't think that this is really a problem for you.
It can't.
Like, I don't think every time you leave the house, if you showered this morning and you got to go somewhere at 12 o'clock, I'm not convinced that you're showering again and you're reapplying makeup, or even putting makeup on for that matter. I'm not convinced that they're doing that. It's almost just like a man said something that rejects somebody. And so, oh my God, like, I got to defend womanhood. And that's just wild to me, bro.
That's wild. And I saw one comment or a couple comments that, really made me upset, because they said it was totally off topic. They're like, you got to make podcast equipment more expensive. Men shouldn't have podcasts. And I was like, first of all, it's expensive enough. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I think for the podcast, for like a lot of men, it's just kind of like, it's an outlet, it's a release.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where we get to talk, do our thing. I don't think anything was misogynistic or something like that.
So I'll be real. I can understand that perspective, right? Because if I wasn't a media guy, I wouldn't even have social media. Like, I wouldn't post stuff on social media. I wouldn't post the stories. I wouldn't do any of that, because, with me being older, like, I grew up in a culture where men had more of a defined role. And like, growing up, would men doing podcasts or men, recording content and putting it on social media, would I have looked at that and been like, that's a man thing to do? Absolutely not. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't think that that's really what men should do. But when you're in our field, right, like, this is what we do. Like, we do content. Now, somebody can have their feeling on whether they think men should be doing content or not. That's neither here nor there for me. But because this is what we do, naturally, we're going to do this type of thing, number one. And then number two, like, it's always cool to test things, practice. Like, if we got a client that wants to hire us to do a podcast, well, it's nice to have the experience of doing a podcast so that we know how to do it with our client. How else would we know if we didn't actually do it ourselves? And if we're going to sit down and record, we're going to put it out there. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand where they're coming from, but I also think like culture is different. Like, the roles are a little bit different. I still strongly believe in like men being men, but I'm the type where it's like, I don't care what people feel and think.
I feel that.
You don't think I should be doing a podcast? Cool, don't listen.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Another part of like, back to what we do in the camera space and stuff like that, I think for me, it was like, I'm making this content to market myself.
Right.
A lot of the marketing and a lot of the leads we get, it's sometimes just based off our personality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's so, I could do a whole bunch with the camera. Nobody care if I say no, who's behind the camera. So by doing stuff that's different, puts you in a whole different league, because now people see me for my work. And then also they're like, oh, you do the podcast stuff. And it's like, okay, cool.
You're 100% right about that too, because I've had clients that have told me that. They literally were like, yeah, I got a client that comes in town every year. for a conference, and she hires me every year. And she's like, "Yeah, I saw you so and so. Like, I love that."
Yeah.
And it's like I'm gonna listen to that a million times
Of
over
course.
some random person on the internet that's
Of
like, "You
course.
shouldn't be. The men shouldn't be doing a podcast." I'm gonna listen to my clients. My clients like it.
Yeah.
They're paying me. Respectfully, I don't care about none of the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
But picking up off of the, the whole Walmart thing, you've mentioned that you want, a girl, a woman that's like, oh, that likes to be around you, just genuinely likes to be around you, no
Yes.
matter what we
Yeah.
do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
rain, snow, whatever, we just
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
doing
And that
things.
was really where I was going with that. Like I've always one of the things like if I'm dating a girl,
Mhm.
now first of all, let me backtrack because some of those comments in there too was essentially alluding to the fact that I would never find a girl like that, and it's like 80% of the girls that I've dated are like that.
Mhm.
So don't tell me that they don't
No
exist.
facts.
They definitely do exist. 80% of the girls have been that way. But I just like dating girls that just like being around me. Like they don't care about the activity. They don't care about where we're going.
Yeah.
They just enjoy spending time with me. And I cherish that. Like that is something that means something to me. Cause, growing up, I didn't really grow up in a culture, and this is not a bad thing at all. I never look at this as a negative. I just always speak to it just kind of how it was. Like I grew up, we weren't really like a lovey-dovey type of family.
No, me too.
And that was cool. Like I had my childhood was great. My upbringing was great.
Same.
I have no problems with that. But in relationships, like I just like having somebody that loves being around me and I love being around them. And so, if they're going somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I'm a slide. I don't care what you're doing. I don't need to go to Walmart. I don't need to go to home, whatever, but I'm a slide because you going and I just like kicking it with you.
I feel that.
So that was really all it was.
Yeah.
And in those instances, like you don't want it to be a whole production. Like everything that we're doing doesn't need to be a production. That's essentially all I was saying. So I just like having people around, but also know like I'm older. I feel like the younger generation may not necessarily care about that as much.
I think, especially for, again, like what we do. When I'm on the run, I'm doing shoots, doing all this stuff. I would love to have a girl come with me because it's like, low key. Also, now you're like my business partner.
Right.
Since you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, hey, hold
Right.
this light, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like it. I love having my girl around me all the time. But the thing I don't like is when my life is their life and they
Yes.
have no life
Yes.
outside of me.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
I'm like, go hang with your family, go hang with your
Yes.
friends. Go. I'm not the type. Hey, you gotta be around me 24/7. Go have fun. If you with me 6 nights out the week and one night you want to go kick it with your friends at the
Yes.
crib, go have fun.
Yes.
Like,
I feel you so much on that, bro. Because I dated a girl one time. So I had there was two instances. I dated a girl one time that like really didn't have any life outside of me, and that's smothering.
yes.
Because I don't want to feel like I have to entertain you
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Or sometimes I might want to roll somewhere by myself.
Yes.
Right. Especially like if you get to a point like if you're living with somebody, like you do need that separation. So I had a girl like that, but then I also had a girl, and I can't remember like the specifics of why she was like this because this was a little bit ago. But she would go out with her girls, and I'm like, that's great. Have fun, babe. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
She would give me like the play-by-play
Mm-hmm.
of what they were doing. All right, we're getting ready to go here. We're doing this. We're doing this. And I'm just like, babe, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to know everything that you're doing. I'm not sitting over here wondering what you're doing or thinking you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. I'm like, go have fun. Don't put your phone away. And because I'm big on that. Like, I don't like being on my phone when I'm with people. Most of the time, when I'm with somebody, my phone I'm not paying any attention to it. And I tell people, if you need me, double call me.
Yep.
That's how I know like it's serious. Outside of that, I'm not paying attention to my phone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go enjoy yourself, have fun. And she give me the play. I'm like, don't do that. Like, I don't need to know. I don't care.
Yep.
I just want you to have a good time. I don't need to know what you're doing. Don't do anything that you wouldn't want me to do. All is good in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've dated girls where it's like you said, it's just like my life is all they have. So
Yeah.
it's like when I do want to run to the store by myself, oh, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to the store. What? Why? I'm like, oh, I can't go. And it's like, I'm not gonna say you can't go to the store because who
Yeah.
am I? But it's kind of like,
So how you handle that?
well, now I'm more honest because I'm single and stuff like that. So where it's kind of like you're not gonna come into my space making it war for me.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be at war
Yeah.
in my own place. Like if
Yeah.
you coming over for a couple days and we kicking it, chilling, whatever, it would be the most peaceful thing possible. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you. I don't want no attitude because like I
Yeah.
did not sign up for this right now. You
Right.
know, I'm being honest. So
Right.
I'm at the point where I'm like, hey, like just go back home for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad. I just want some space. I'm not saying I'm doing this and that. I'm really big on myself and my space,
Mm-hmm.
and also with having to create and having to do certain things, it's like you have to be okay with, oh, he's not in bed right now at 10 o'clock because he's probably editing something.
Right.
Or 11 o'clock, oh, I want to lay with you. Like,
Right.
I can't give you that every night. If I got to get stuff done, I got to get stuff done.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm kind of at the point where I don't want to keep overly explaining myself to
Right.
people because I'm not doing nothing. Most of the time I'm just chilling, I'm working.
Right. Right.
So I hate over explaining. So
I'm with you on that too, because when I lived in LA, my ex in LA, like when we first was living together, it was she really was like, yeah, you know, I don't want to go to bed till you're going to bed.
yeah.
And I'm like, I appreciate that.
Mm,
That's not going to work all the time.
yeah.
Because there might be a time where I got to stay up to 2 o'clock to get this edit done because I got to send it off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go to bed. And I also don't want to feel guilty that you're not going to bed because you're trying to wait for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that guilt. I don't want that pressure.
Yeah.
Because there's no point. There's no reason for that.
It's hard.
It would be different if it was we never go to bed at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's something that you want. But that's not what it is. So the off times where I can't go to bed when you go to bed, just go to bed.
No, for real.
And if I'm coming in late, I'll sleep on the couch so I don't interrupt you. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, no problem at all. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it gets tough because it's like I always try to understand where somebody's coming from, but I don't want to feel exhausted to where it's like I'm having to explain things that there's no reason to have to explain this because it's not that big of a deal.
It's never that deep.
You know?
Especially what we doing. It's like, I'm like, dude, like, I really hate over explaining. Like, it could be, and maybe it's on me too. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I could get better at doing that, but it's like,
Yeah,
if it's tomorrow, I gotta shoot.
It's on you. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, it could be. I mean, that's fine. Like, I took that this past week where I was like, I gotta shoot for an hour. Oh, okay. You're not gonna tell me where? You're not gonna tell me what? I'm like, oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I really didn't think it was a big deal, you know, and then it being a shoot with the whole girl was like, oh, you didn't tell me this. I'm like, okay, well, you're doing too much because
Right.
I'm not.
That's
know?
hard.
Like,
that's hard because, man, like, so I'm like real big on communication. I'm always like, let me try to understand where you're coming from. I don't want to immediately make you feel like you're doing wrong without understanding, because we've all been through stuff that shapes how we do things and how we feel about stuff. So it's like maybe she's been through a lot of stuff, her past relationships to where things happen. And so she's, you know, whatever. And so she asks a lot of questions and all that. So I try to understand that before I get irritated and upset. But you can only do that so much.
Yeah, and I feel like for the level of professional, like how professional I am, when I say I'm just shooting,
right,
you gotta really just trust believe, hey, he just shooting. Because
right,
when I go to shoots, if I'm like, I got an hour, best believe the full hour, I'm about to be working.
Right.
I don't care who behind me, I don't care who in front of me.
Right.
I'm working.
It's work.
Like, it's work.
It literally is work.
Out. So to keep explaining every time I gotta go to work,
right,
that's what makes me like a little like more like ugh.
Do you feel like, because I just had a conversation with one of my boys he does content, and so we was talking about like girls dating photographers, you know, videographers, media people. What's your thoughts on how well that can work? Like a girl that's not in the space, because a girl that's in the space would understand, but a girl that's not in the space, and it's like, so you going out, you shoot, you know, as male photographers, especially like when you're doing like outside of corporate work and things like that, like a lot of the times your people that you shoot with gonna be females. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel? Do you feel like it's hard to be in a relationship with somebody that, like a female that isn't in the space? Like, what's been your experience with that?
I'm gonna say this, I don't care, whatever. I feel like for me personally, when I'm in a relationship, I'm committed to you and you only. I want you to come. I don't care, because I know after a month you following me around, you're gonna be
Yeah.
burnt out
Right.
anyway. You can be like,
Right.
nah, go ahead, go
Right.
to that shoot. It's all right. I'll stay back
Right.
because you just see me do it so many times. But I'll say if we just casually dating or whatever, like, and then you feel some type of way, I don't really care for those feelings because
Hmm.
it's more so I'm not committing myself to you and only you. So how you feel about it, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go make that money.
Right.
So that's going to trump everything. You know what I'm saying? But my partner that I'm like looking for, yeah, you want to come with me? Come with me.
Right.
After a while, you gonna be like, nah, I ain't going nowhere with him. Like, I'm not going to his shoots no more because he gonna make
Right.
me hold a light. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, to a degree, you kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
Because like the shoot that we was just at when you
Yeah.
did the video, like that was chill.
It was chill.
So bringing your girl along for that
Yeah.
is not a problem. But you know, if you got a professional client, something like that, and you got your girl with you and she just sitting there the whole time, that's unprofessional. Like
It
people
is.
have to understand that that's unprofessional. So it's like, okay, if you gonna come, I gotta put you to work so that you look like my assistant, so that it makes sense that you're there. Because otherwise, people are gonna be like, yeah, this dude brought his girl. She just sat there. It was awkward. It was uncomfortable. And then that looks bad on us
Yeah.
as professionals. Now the client's like, yeah, I don't want to hire him because I don't like that could go left. Like, who knows what this girl gonna do?
Exactly.
So that's where, like, I be trying to explain to girls, it's not, y'all looking at it like they oversimplify it all. And for us, it's business, it's work. So we have to treat it like nobody will have a job and be like, well, can I come to work with you today?
Yeah, for
Be
real.
like, no, it's not bring your whoever to work day. No, you cannot come to work with me
No.
today. It's the same thing with us.
Yeah.
Like it's still work. So we can't just be out here acting all unprofessional and just having girls just sitting there not talking and people's like, who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my girl. Don't worry about her.
Yeah, no.
Like we
Yeah,
can't do
hey,
that.
Go to the car real quick.
Yeah.
Go grab a light. Like,
Have you had, whether it's a girl that you was with or a girl that you was dating, have you dealt with, like, have you had drama and trouble from being a media person and dating a girl? Like, have you dealt with any type of craziness, or it's just more or less, what are you doing, where are you going, who you with? Oh, you did
like crazy how like just like they like a girl like my girl shoot with me or something? Or
no, just like in general, just like date. Like, have you dealt with any? I don't want to say BS because I don't want to. I don't want to put like that type of negative spin on it, but like just okay. Like a good example would be you did a shoot. It was with a female. She didn't realize you was shooting with a female. She finds out that it was a female. Now she mad and she, you know, why didn't you tell me, or just that and the third.
Yeah, and I would say when it's like the lingerie shoots I get hit up for,
Yeah.
and like boudoir, nude, all that stuff, like it is more like, and I'm very, so one for that I charge. I gotta get paid, you know. I would be like, yeah, he'd BSing if it's like, yeah, I wouldn't do a nude shoot for free.
Right.
You okay with that, girl?
Right.
And she'd be like, what? You didn't get paid?
Right.
So,
you saying it's work, but you ain't making no money.
yeah, so what you doing? Just taking pictures for free? You're right here, or
that's
doing
valid.
video for free.
That's
So
valid.
with that stuff, you know, I do, you know, hear them out, you know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think they really got too crazy because, like I said, being around me for like a good month, you don't get burnt out. You're not even gonna care no more.
Yeah.
You really like they not gonna care at all.
Yeah.
And I've even had sometimes like where I've done lingerie shoots. And how you feel about that? Because lingerie shoots, I've brought my partner with me before, and they overly like they hyped that girl up and made that girl feel comfortable to where, you know what I'm saying, and it made me feel even more comfortable as a shooter in that situation because, you know, I'm one-on-one vulnerable in the situation. I'm not trying to be too disrespectful, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but having like a girl there kind of coaching them and posing them, and my girl's like, yeah, take the picture. I'm like, oh, okay, shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would welcome my lady to come anytime if I'm doing any type of intimate type of shoot. Just because I'm so risk adverse that I would just feel more comfortable having a female there. Like I've definitely done lingerie, boudoir, nude, where it was just me and the model. And I don't worry about it crazy because I know I'm always going to conduct myself professionally. But there's always, as a man, like there's always that thought in the back of your head to where it's like, this could go left, not necessarily during the shoot, but I know guys that have done shoots like that. The female has, you know, tried to make something shake with the guy. He declined respectfully, and then she started accusing him of things.
A business situation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously all girls aren't like that, but there are definitely girls out there that would do it. So for me, I'm like, if I could have a female there that's on my side, because it doesn't do a whole lot with a female on their side, because that female can just corroborate their story. Now it's 2 against 1, so that doesn't really help me. If I could have, you know, somebody there, a female there on my side to be like, no, it didn't go anything like that, yada yada, I would welcome that.
Yeah.
You know, just to protect myself, really.
I do too.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the girls I've dated, they don't have no interest though.
That's
Because
how
they're not into it. So it's boring for them.
That's how I feel. It's
you
just
know,
like, oh, he's working again. And I really like that response the most, because
they realize it's not as exciting as we don't have as much fun as they thought we were having. That's really what it boils down to. Like, it's not fun at all. Like, we're just working. There's no fun to be had. Like, we ain't taking shots. We not like, we just working, setting up lights, getting the right angle, changing camera settings. Like, there ain't no fun going on over here.
Yeah, I feel that. And that's really the thing. It's just no fun. I'm really tunnel vision. Like, I'm locked all the way in.
Right.
And because now I'm worried about, I gotta do good here, so when I get back home to edit this, it look right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I only got so much time to shoot this, so I'm never really worried about that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I got a random question going back to all the TikTok drama, because this was another thing that I've noticed, and I've actually noticed this a lot whenever I see the pop the balloon clips, like you be seeing those on Instagram or whatever, and they must be prevalent out there, because I don't even be on Instagram that much. But anytime I go on there, I'm gonna see a pop the balloon video.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on double standards when it comes to women? I'm gonna just say that first without giving my thought to see if you align in the same spot of where I'm gonna go with this conversation. I'm just curious, like, when I say like double standards from a woman's perspective, like, what does that make you think of?
Oh man, from their perspective, maybe like.
Hold on. I might not have said that the right way. Double standards from our perspective, like women having double standards. What does that make you think of?
I don't like it. I don't like double standards for both ways. So for us having it or for women having it, you know, I feel like the standards should be whatever we set in place with the rules and stuff we set for each other. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a girl like, oh, you can't go outside, but I'm outside tonight dancing. No.
Yeah.
It's not so much that I don't want to go outside and do that, but why are you doing that in the first place?
I'm gonna get you in trouble. Do you feel like you feel like women have double standards a lot?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. I'm not saying that straight up. They have the most double standards.
Yeah,
you know, things that they don't want you doing, they are always doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll continue that. I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do.
I want to know your thoughts, and then I'm gonna give you mine, but I want to know yours.
I think that it's really like that's where the confusion comes from with women, where it's like they have so many double standards, and it can be as simple as, oh, I want a man who makes 6 figures, who do this, who do that for himself, but guess what? You ain't got nothing. You don't have nothing. So how do you want something that you aren't either working towards or you have? And I'm not saying all women are like that, but the ones who are out there claiming, I need this, I need that, and it's like, do you think the man who has this and that is going after a woman like you?
Preach.
And no disrespect
to might get you in trouble, but
I don't care.
Now.
I'm gonna take it. They can say whatever, but it's really the truth. Where it's like, and coming from, I'm not the most well off dude, but even in my generation, where it's like, I've reached this too. With 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds around my age range, I'm gonna say, I'm probably in the 80 percentile. I
was still living at home when I was 21.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah.
So when I talk to girls around my age, where it's like, they even saying I need 6 figures, I need this, I need that, and it's like, girl, you still at home,
right?
Or you got knocked up with 3 kids at 22,
right?
Telling me I need to have this to talk to you,
right?
Girl, you crazy.
And it's like, so we're gonna dive into that more, because that's a whole different conversation. We gonna dive into that more also. But to correlate that to why I mentioned the pop the balloon and the double standard that it made me think of when I was reading all these comments and stuff, is women, and I'm gonna just say women. So if this gets clipped, if this comes in a clip and there's gonna be somebody that's gonna be like, not all women. We know that, okay? We speak in generalities. We know it's obviously not 100% of people. But women have preferences. But men are shallow or sassy or insert whatever other word when we have preferences. So case in point, no matter what Pop the Balloon clip you watch, there's going to be some female that's going to say, I pop because you're shorter than me. I only like to date men that are taller than me. This is something that we cannot control. Okay, we cannot control our height. I mean, yeah, there's surgeries you can get, but in general speaking, we cannot control that. We have no power to control that. But let a man say, oh, I don't want to date women that are overweight.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't want to date women that wear too much makeup. All of a sudden, it's a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
It's never a preference for men. It's always insert whatever negative word that they can think of. But for them, it's always preference. You got to be tall. You got to make this much money. You got to drive this kind of car. You got to look this kind of way. I don't like the jeans that you're wearing. I don't like this. It's always preference for women, but it can never be preference for men. And I cannot stand that, because at the end of the day, it's always a preference. Like if you don't, like women would say they don't want to date an overweight man, but let the man say he don't want to date an overweight woman. And it's a big problem. You should accept us for how we are. Well, then y'all should accept us for how we are. We can't control something, like even down to the money. I can't go from making $50,000 a year to $200,000 a year overnight. No, man, you can't do that. That's not something that you could easily do. So it's like all the things that they don't want, we can't easily fix that. Most of the things that men say they don't like in a woman, there are things that woman could change overnight. Okay, weight you can't change overnight, but you can start doing something about it. Makeup, you could do something about it. Like a lot of the things that men don't like are things that women are actually in control of and can do something to change it. But we always get like, I hate that the whole sassy thing is so big right now, because it's like, oh, you know, God forbid a man actually has a preference in what he likes and voices that, oh no, we got to be sassy because we actually have a preference. That's such a cop out. That's such a freaking cop out, man.
And I think that's the thing is like, women generalize it to where they're like, oh, if he don't like me, he don't like none of us.
Right.
You know, it could be race, it could be weight, it could be height. Body type, they got a bigger chest, bigger bottom, or less chest, less bottom. If a man says I want a girl with big butt, then the small one's like, hey, wait a minute, he don't like women.
Right. I hope you find your man. Like,
like, wait a minute, no, but and I think I've been told to my face, like a lot of girls, I have like a lot of homegirls that I'm not their ideal type, and they'll tell me, oh, I like guys who are maybe white, I like guys who are above 6'1", guys who be in the gym every day. And it's like, and not once does it cross my mind like, oh, she don't like men. It's always like, oh, go find that then girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully.
Nor do I take it personally.
I don't take it personally at all.
Because it's like, I'm not for everybody. Like, I know I'm not going to walk out and 100% of the girls that see me is going to be like, yeah, that's who I'm into.
But then, like I tell them all the time, you looking for that, then you're looking for only that, though. You're not even saying, like, I want a man who wakes up every day and just get to it, how that looks like for him. I don't want a man who's just taking care of things that need taken care of. It's always, so you go look for that thing, then everything else goes out the window. Now you're back at square one, getting your heart broken.
So see, that segues into to what you were saying, because I feel like the things that women want in a man, a lot of times it's just not realistic. Women don't want to have this conversation because women, and probably there's men out there too, like people in general don't like accepting that they're not for people. So sometimes I hear like what a female is looking for, and I'm just like, respectfully, if you found a man that could offer you everything that you're asking for, he's not looking for you. And girls don't like hearing that. And and I'm all for like being positive and like amping yourself up and believing in yourself and things like that. I'm for that 1,000,000%. But I'm also a realistic type of person. Like I always equate it to like the pros, right? Like a lot of people think they're good enough to be in the pros. but only 1% is gonna make it. And that's the reality. Like, you got to know that if you're 5'6",
You're not.
It's not impossible for you to get into the NBA, but it's not realistic to think that that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So females be wanting all of this stuff, and it's like, okay, that's cool. But the man that has all that, like, you're not his target. You're not who that man is looking for. So what you want is great. That man is not going to be looking for you.
Yeah.
The pairing is never going to happen. Yeah. It's just not going to happen.
And it's not so much based off of looks. It's based off of mindset.
Right.
The biggest things. Because it's like, you want a successful man. Now, not many successful men are going to get the girl to be like, yeah, he bought me a Birkin. He bought me this. He bought me. That successful man got successful before because he knew financial literacy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now he's looking for somebody. He got all the money in the world. He's looking for somebody who could just be by his side again. That's what we get back to earlier, where it's like, he's ride with me, do whatever. Like,
right. And there's a difference, because I know when we talk about this, because when we talked about it last week, in one of the clips where I was saying, you know, when we was talking about buying tables at the bar and stuff like that, you definitely have men that will trick on girls. Of course. And these men, you know, you could define if they're successful or not. That's neither here nor there. But you will have men that do that. But if you realistically look at those type of guys, that's all they're really good for. Exactly. Right. So if you just want a man that's going to trick on you, great. Yeah. You can find that. You know, you give him a little something, you can absolutely find that. But is that really what you're looking for? Like, do you just want the guy that's tricking on you, but again, he's tricking on somebody else? Because like I said in that podcast, find me a guy that's living not an up and up lifestyle and is tricking on you, and you are the only girl that he's talking to. And if he's at the club, he done bought a table, he got a section, and a girl come up, he's going to tell her go away. Find me that guy. Give him, you know, tell him holla at me. Yeah, because they're going to be the needle in the haystack. For real. You know, so it's like, okay, cool, that's what you want. You can find that, but you got to take all the stuff that's going to come with that. And if you cool with that, great. Yeah. Most women not, though. They want all that, but then they want the guy that's going to treat them good. They want the guy that's not going to cheat on them. They want the guy that's going to do all these things. And it's like, your expectations and reality are not in sync.
Do you feel like, because I went through this in the past, where it's like, you got with me to then try to mold me into what you thought I could be. Not saying, like, speaking life and trying to bring positivity to me, but it's like, whole time you want to do who's 6'2", but you like, hey, so if you just, you know, go to the gym a little bit, maybe do some leg workouts, maybe get that blood flowing to your knees. You're like, wait a minute, doing too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, much. I've dealt with you trying to mold me into the man for you, and that's great, but you're not taking me at the value I'm at right now.
Correct.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, if I'm with you, hey, you are perfect for me. I don't care about nothing else walking. I don't want nothing else walking. Right. You are perfect how you are right now. Yes, you have flaws, but I love you so much to look past those flaws. Yep. Whereas you're looking at only my flaws, trying to change them.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Like, when you are with somebody, you start out saying, I'm cool with you as you are. My hope is that some things can improve. Yes. But going into it, because the biggest mistake that people can make is thinking that someone's going to change. Yeah. Okay, he is how he is, but I can change him, or he's going to change himself. That's just not really, because it doesn't happen most of the time. And then that's when you get into, well, I was this way when you met me, yada, yada. And, you know, the thing about relationships is, obviously you have to adjust and you have to change. Like, if you go into a relationship saying, I'm going to be exactly who I am, I'm not going to change anything, I'm not going to adjust anything, that doesn't work. No, you know, you're bringing two people together, you guys got to figure out how to mesh, and that requires some change. So like, anybody that goes into something and they use the, you know, this is how it was when you met me, that's valid, but only to an extent. You know, only to an extent. Like, if we're single guys, we do things a certain way, being a single guy. But if we get into a relationship, there are things that have to change, because now we're in a relationship. We got somebody else's feelings and things that we got to take into account. So you do have to change stuff. But I do think women sometimes can unrealistically think that a man is going to change drastically. Yeah, and that's what doesn't happen. Like, we will change, but we're not going to become you shouldn't want to be with a guy that will become a completely different person for you.
And that's the thing, is like, to further that point, I think it's like they find the really, really good qualities, right? It's like here's how unrealistic it is. It's like a girl will go after an older man because he got money,
Yep.
but back of their mind, like, man, I want somebody younger.
Right.
You like
Right.
the sole purpose you talked to him was the money. That's
Yep.
what you looking for.
Yep.
But now you got all these other problems.
Yep.
That's now just a problem. When he literally was like that when you met him,
Right.
and I felt that with me, where it was like, you saw this really, really good thing with me.
Mm-hmm.
All my everything else you didn't care. Like you was
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm right because he got this really good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then a couple
Yeah.
like a couple months go by, you like, so
Yep.
like I don't come from a very touchy feely family either. You
Mhm.
know, even me and my mom, like we don't fully just hug and be
Right.
talking about our emotions and stuff.
Right.
Like that's not us.
Right.
So naturally, I'm a little bit more like emotionally unavailable, and I can admit that.
So that has translated, because see, I'm the opposite from how I was with my family, my upbringing in relationships. I'm really the opposite. I'm very affectionate. I crave intimacy. Like I'm different.
Really,
Yes.
I'm like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the type I could be chilling in here, you could be chilling all the way up in the room, and that's still us being together. Because how I
Yeah.
was raised, it was like my mom did one thing, my stepdad did his one thing, and then I was doing my thing. So everybody was like all in the house together,
Yeah.
but we all working on three different things,
bro.
and it's kind of like
I'm so the opposite, because I'm more or less where I'm like, okay, you got to do some work on the computer. All right, I'm gonna set up a desk out here so that we could be together.
no,
And I'm not saying like it's like that all the time. Like it's not
Yeah.
like 24/7 we got to
Yeah.
be in the same room. But I definitely am like, hey, we could be doing two completely different things. And when I lived with my ex, we often did two completely different things, but we most of the time was in the room together. Cause I'm just like, I just like having you here. And it goes back to what I said. Like, I just like having their presence. I just appreciate them being there. I value that. And I just like us being together. Even if we're doing two completely different things, I still just like us being together, because that means something to me, and I appreciate people's time and people's, if you want to be around me, like I take that to heart and I put value behind that. And it's like, I want to make sure that it's like, if you're giving me your time and your attention and your space, because like our space is important, and it's like, you don't just let anybody into your space. So I'm always like, if you're willing and accepting of having me in your space, like I value that and I cherish that. So I'm like the complete opposite of how I grew up, really.
well, like, and because I know how I am, I'm the first person to tell you my flaws and also be like, yeah, I can work on that. I'm gonna try working on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it gets thrown back. It's like, dang, I really was trying though. Like, But
So if you're at the crib, you're kicking it with a girl you're talking to or a girl you're dating, what does that look like for you? Like if she comes over,
Yep.
and you're just y'all, it's just a day, y'all just chilling at the crib.
Yep.
What does that look like for you?
You come over, more than likely, we gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem buying food, buying groceries, whatever, the case may be. We definitely gonna eat. Watching TV, I let them pick because I don't really watch TV, so I don't know what's good or not. I'll watch whatever you watching. And really, that's really about it. Like, I'm simple, dude. Like, I can't. It's not Neverland. You ain't gonna come over here with amusement parks and stuff. But like,
so if a girl came over and was like, I just want to chill with you and just talk. Like I don't want to watch TV. I just like want to put some music on. I just want to just have conversation, just talk to you. Like, would you be that? Would you be cool with that?
I've had that before too. Where
Okay.
We literally just sat, talk until like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, didn't do nothing other intimate. Just really like, and that girl, I was like, dang, I really like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that, and yeah. But what does it look like for you though?
What I just said. Like I'm. So like I do feel like I'm kind of the exception with a lot of guys, and I think a big part of it for me is, so I grew up, and it's Father's Day when we're recording this. So whenever it comes out is when it comes out. But I grew up like my dad. I lost my dad at a young age, so I was the man of the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I grew up having a very strong foundation of being a provider and protecting women, you know. So to this day, that's why I still really value protecting women and treating women right, because I grew up that way and I would never want to disappoint, you know, my mom and my sisters and my nieces by, you know, being this man that doesn't take care of women. But for me, like, I just enjoy getting to know people.
Yep.
Like, that means a lot to me, because everything else, it's all kind of superficial. Yeah. You know, if you come over and we watch a movie, that's superficial. If we go out and do things, like, that's cool, but those things are all superficial. Like, that doesn't really help me get to know somebody. Yeah. And I'm such a protector of my space and my peace and my time and my energy that it's like, if I'm going to invite you into my life, like, I want to make sure that you should be here. Yeah. And that's not necessarily a negative, because everybody that you come across in life isn't meant to be in your life. Like, sometimes you're just meant to cross paths and you guys just go where you're going. Mm-hmm. So I like to, I put a lot of value and importance around getting to know people. And I don't want to just talk about superficial stuff. Like, I genuinely want to learn about her as a person. Like, tell me about your life. Tell me about your experiences. Tell me the things you like. Tell me the things you don't like. Because especially if we're aiming to be in a relationship, I need to know these things. Yep. You know, what type of things triggers you? What type, you know, what was your past relationships like? What were the things that really bothered you? What was the things that you really liked? Because I want to make sure that I'm doing the things you like. I'm being very aware of the things that trigger you, so that if I do something and you're triggered, I don't have an emotional response to where, like, you get upset, then I get upset because you're upset, and I don't think you should be upset. So now I'm like, you tripping. And then it goes left that it didn't have to. Whereas, like, if I knew your triggers, I'm immediately like, my bad. Like, I wasn't even thinking. I just not realized I did such and such, or I said such and such, and that triggers you. That's my bad. So I like to get to know that stuff. And you can't do that in most situations. Like, you can't really learn about somebody. Like, the only way to learn about somebody is to just really sit down and have a conversation and just talk. Yeah. So that's important to me. I've dated girls that's not their thing. They don't like to talk. They're not communicators. Yep. That doesn't work for me, because communication is the foundation of any relationship, friendship, business partnership. Communication is the foundation. You don't have communication, it will not work. So I put a whole lot of weight on that. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, just come to that's why I'm like, I'd rather you come to the crib, I cook dinner and we just talk, versus going out somewhere where it's just like, for the most part, you just don't really have meaningful conversations when you out. Like, even if you go to a restaurant and it's quiet, it's a nice restaurant, whatever, you're still out in public. Even if can't nobody hear you, you're still out in public. It's not the same thing as being somewhere safe and neutral for both. So I put a lot of value in that. Of course, you got to do the other stuff too, but
I'm not gonna lie, I want to be doing this podcast justice, because I can't sit up here and say that every girl who came to my house, I cared about their favorite color or want to know their name. Okay, so because I kind of see it now. People who already follow the page will be like, yeah, I know he lying. Yeah. It's me.
All right, so I'm gonna ask somewhat of a personal question, because I know that, like, you'll talk about it all. I've never had a one night stand a day in my life. I've never had a one night stand, because that's never been something that, again, like, I do think in a lot of aspects, just from a lot of conversations I've had through life, I do think I'm sometimes the exception. That has just never been anything that I've had any desire to do. Yeah, so I've never had a one night stand before, ever. I've turned them down. And I guess for me, it's I look at it as more of and this is, don't let this change what you're going to say, because I already know anyway. So if you try to do that, I'm going to be like, you capping right now. Don't do that shit. It's always been like a respect thing for me. Like, again, going back to being a protector of my family and having like this deep respect for women, I just always felt like, for me, one night stands, I don't feel like I'm really respecting the girl enough. And sometimes, like, listen, girls be on that. Yeah. Okay. Like, it's not every one night stand isn't the guy pushing it. I definitely know girls who have told me that it's like, they just want to get cracked. That's it. Yeah. And that's cool. But for me, like, it's so ingrained in me where I'm just like, it just feels like such a disrespectful thing to do that it's never been anything I wanted to do. And then also, I'm just so paranoid just in general. I'm a paranoid, distrusting person in general. So I'm just like, I don't know you. I don't want to catch nothing. I don't want to have no pregnancies. I don't want to have to deal with you accusing me of this. And I just feel like the chances of all of those things increases exponentially with one night stands, because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm also like, I do feel like intimacy, and I don't get real big on like the signs and
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. I'm not into any of that shit. But I do feel like when you're intimate with somebody, like you are
Those soul
exchanging,
ties.
so you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that who I'm doing that with, like we have some sort of compatibility.
Yeah.
So I know none of that means shit to you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're right though. I mean, look, yeah, it's been rough. Okay. One night stands, I would say those hurt me the most because I'm like, dang, like it hurts because it's like most time I know after I'm done, I don't want you here no more.
Yeah.
And that's like I feel like an asshole. I feel so bad because I'm like, dude, like I really don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's been on both sides where a girl's left here, we didn't talk afterward on her end. I was like, hey, like low key, I kind of like you a little
I was
bit.
gonna ask that.
I'm not
If
gonna
you've
lie.
ever had a one night stand that
Yeah.
wasn't your doing.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that you know that like when you no weird stuff, but once you like get to it, and this girl got a matching set on, you like, yeah, she came over here for one reason.
Yeah.
She ain't
Yeah.
gonna call me back tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got a whole Victoria's Secret,
Yeah.
everything on.
Right.
Like,
Got the overnight bag with all the
yeah,
stuff
like
in it.
she
Yeah,
came,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and that's the thing too is like, as guys, we know like you pulling up at midnight, you didn't come here to talk about your favorite color.
Yeah.
So cool, let's just do that. But then I think the one night stands get rougher when like on both sides of either they leave right afterwards, like right after, or they spend the night.
Mhm.
And spending the night is what I'm scared of because of, especially if I don't know you like that. There's been girls I've talked to for maybe like 2 hours.
Do you bring girls back here that you don't know?
Well,
Because
not no more.
I would never do that.
Not no
I
more.
would never do
But
that.
yes, I have.
You
I
have.
have.
See, that's wild to me
But
because
see,
I would never do
I
that.
brought girls like, okay, what's dope? Like I met a girl at a club.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, like,
So
yeah.
if I was gonna do a one night stand in a situation like that, like I'd be getting a hotel. I would not
Really?
bring her back to my house. There's no way. There's 0% chance I would bring her back to my house.
Really?
0%.
I would say I would rather them come here than I'm not going to where you at though.
I wouldn't go there either. I would get a hotel.
A hotel.
If I wanted it that bad, I would get a hotel.
I've met girls at the club or like on Tinder or something, and
And you don't feel weird about bringing them back here, and you don't know this girl.
No, look, it's a process, bro. You gotta. I FaceTime.
Oh, okay, bet. Tell me the process. Educate me,
let's
sir.
say when we meet at 10 a.m. on Tinder or something like that. Right? We talk and whatever. They follow me. They see that they got all these questions, whatever. Right? Cool. Boom. You get their number. We FaceTime. Talk a little bit on FaceTime. Oh, what you doing tonight? Not much. You trying to pull up? Cool. Boom. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The FaceTime was my whole verification process.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How much vetting you doing on this FaceTime? Like, what type of questions are we asking? What intel are you getting on this FaceTime?
I'm looking at.
Like you're obviously getting like what they look like, but what intel
I'm
are you
looking
getting?
at little things. I'm looking at your background. Like,
Okay.
wait, how you living? Your place clean? Oh, you got roommates? You stay with your parents? Like, I want to know that type of stuff too, because it's like, okay, if a girl is staying with her parents, typically she gonna come earlier because she's not gonna be walking through her parents' door at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Most respectful women aren't doing that.
Yeah.
You got roommates? Oh, you gonna be over here all night? All right, no, because
okay, that makes sense.
So
yeah.
I'm asking these type of questions. Where you live? Because I've had girls, my street. I'm on like this side of the street. I've had girls like, this one girl's like, I live on that street too. She was on the south side of my street.
Yeah.
I said,
that's how these Vegas streets is,
yeah,
man.
I was trying
like,
to pick her up. I was
yeah.
like, yo, where am I at? Like, and I pulled up to like this like old apartments and stuff. It was a hood. And I drove off. I'm not gonna lie. I went home.
Good.
But because I couldn't do it. And I've had other girls who do come from like, the hood or something, come over here. It been like I realized that's when I like after like my last time having a girl over here that I didn't know like that.
Mm-hmm.
I realized how much of an asshole I was to her because of where she came from. I was like, hey, just so you know, I got protection in every room. Like, and she was like, why would you tell me that? I was like, I was just saying.
What did you say?
I was just saying, like, know, like, I got cameras up and stuff. Anybody want to, I was like, look, somebody's walking past my camera right now. I'm showing her the app and stuff. And she's like, I feel like you don't trust me. And I'm like, I don't.
Right.
But
I
then
don't know
I
you.
was
Of
like, you
course I
know
don't
what?
trust
I
you.
got you in my house. You came over here trying
Right.
to get cracked, and I couldn't do it because I felt like an asshole. I did.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I prejudged her for the
Right.
background.
I mean, man, I get that, but also I'm like, hey, I don't know you.
I don't.
Like, you could appear to be the sweetest girl in the world and be
Yeah,
setting me up. Like,
word.
and maybe I'm so paranoid as a person. And the wild part is like nothing crazy has even happened to me. Like when I say that to people, they're expecting like, man, tell me some stories. Like you must have been through some things. I'm like, nah, not really. I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of it, I be watching shows. Like back in the day, like I would watch shows, and that shit would just mess me up to the point where I'm like, yeah. I mean, when you watch a crime doc and there
Yeah,
be a wife that tried to murder her husband in his sleep,
yeah,
I'm like, that was his wife
yeah.
that tried to take him out. They was married for 15 years, and she tried to take him out so she could be with somebody else.
Mhm.
What do I think somebody that don't know me from Adam and Eve would try to do to me? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that messed me up mentally to the point where I'm just like, there's no way I would give anybody the benefit of the doubt in that regard.
I got robbed once.
You see, so
Not here,
but
but
that surprises me that you would, especially in this
no, I
day and
wasn't.
age,
Yeah,
because I feel like things be happening more now than maybe they would have 10, 15, 20
yeah.
years ago.
I got. I was. It wasn't even out here. I was California. Um, going to Hemet, California. Um, this girl I know, influencer, stuff like that. She's like, "Hey, come stay in my crib for a couple of days." Da da da. We can. Boom. I was like, "All right, cool." I was going to LA anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a good hour drive between. And I woke up. She gave me some stuff, edible stuff, whatever. And I don't eat edibles because every time I do,
I've never had one.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But I think those were like laced with something else because like, dude, I was like off the wall.
Yeah.
And so I wake up, and I remember she did it the last night. I was there for like 4 nights. The last night she literally was like, "Hey, take these." Me, I'm like, "Yeah, cool." Cocky, like 19,
Mm-hmm.
camera dude. She tapped me the next morning. She's like, "Hey, you gotta go." I'm all disoriented, like, what's going on? So I get my bag, hopped in the car. Dude, I looked, my chains were gone.
Mm.
My money that I had in my bag was gone. I had like probably close to like 1,000 cash. And I was still messed up from the edibles. So I ended up driving to a Motel 6 in the middle of nowhere because I could not drive myself to LA.
Yeah.
I literally was that messed up. It was like a hangover. So I go to the Motel 6, pay like $50, go to sleep, just to sleep. Wake up that same night, and I just drove back to Vegas.
Mm.
But I didn't realize all my stuff was gone until I checked.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, there's no way. And I hit her up. She was like, oh, I didn't take nothing. Chains, money. But that was at her crib. That was.
But so that experience
Mhm.
doesn't make you be even more heightened to be like, I'm not gonna bring somebody back to my crib. Because if that happened to you at somebody else's crib, so there's only a limited amount of things that could be took.
Okay, but I feel like at my crib, I have the most control, right? I feel like I have the upper hand if something were to crack down. I know the ins and outs. I know where I got stuff at everywhere. And then on top of that, I think most of the time, like during one night stands, dude, I don't sleep. That's the other thing. I am like, I'll be up. Oh, you're not gonna go to bed? Nah, I'm editing.
Yeah.
Bring laptop to the bed, like literally,
Yeah.
till like 5, 6 in the morning. I'm like, hey, you gotta go.
Yeah.
And then I crash out.
What is the allure? I'm gonna ask this
Mm-hmm.
question. What is the allure of one night stands? Because even when I was your age,
Mm-hmm.
that still was just not anything that I had any interest in doing. So it isn't even like I could be like, oh, well, I'm Unc over here. So, that's the reason why I can't relate. Like I wasn't doing that when I was in my 20s either. And I absolutely
Mm-hmm.
could have. Trust and
Yeah.
believe I could have. It just was never anything that I was interested in. So for you,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a dumb question because it's like
Yeah.
you trying to get something. That's why you do it because you want something. But like when you take into account all of the things that could go wrong in doing that,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is so great about it to where you're willing to risk all of the things that could go south for that?
I'm gonna be honest. I think for me, I can't speak on everybody. For me, I had my phases. Typically, after I break up with a girl,
Mm-hmm. Pretty standard, pretty
you know what I'm
common.
saying.
Yep, yep.
So I'm really a relationship type person.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm not, it's like I will break up. I go into the worst phase of my life. Then I go into like recovery and self mode, which I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then, but that in between, it's just like you're not even thinking about. You're thinking about, of course, like what can go wrong. But then you're like, this girl seemed cool. I don't think she'll set me up. I don't know, but I'll
Yeah.
take the risk.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I just told her she has to go home.
Yeah. Well, okay, so how much risk you doing though? You raw dogging or you strapping up?
Man, you get in trouble in this
Or you want to
podcast.
plead the fifth?
No, I tell the truth. I don't care. I'm an honest person. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember last time I bought a condom.
All right. So you one night standing and you raw dogging. That's
Yeah,
wild to me, brother.
it's got me caught up.
Like, fam,
I know.
just
I know.
hearing that, I'm just
I'm healing right now.
there's no way I would ever do it. There's no way I would ever do it. I would be so in my head about it that I don't even think I would even be able to perform, to be quite honest, because I think I would just be too paranoid about all the what ifs that could happen.
Mm.
And that stops me 10 times out of 10. Cause I'm just like, if I really wanted something, I feel like most guys that are halfway decent guys, like you got somebody that you know that you could call. Like if you really was like, I need some.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will have
Most
somebody that they
definitely.
can reach out to that they vetted, got history with, whatever. Why wouldn't you call that versus having a one night? Like what's the allure of
I don't
this new
think.
person?
I don't think. I think one night. I'm gonna be honest. For it to be one night with me, it's either it's something like I just really didn't like you. That's why it's a one night, or you ghosted me. And typically that's how one nights go. If something goes wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody goes in intention like, oh, I won't ever crack you
That
again.
makes sense.
You
That
know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
Until it's like, oh, I really like your vibe. Like,
Yeah.
now you got to go. Because
That's
ideally,
fair.
I like to have you on the roster. We're going to keep cracking each other.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing our thing, whatever. But yeah, I think.
Man, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. And I feel like I'm interviewing you right
Oh,
now,
you
but
good.
I just, these are just things that, I
Yeah.
don't, a lot of stuff, like a lot of the culture right now, I don't have experience in,
Yeah.
and I never wanted to have the experience, but it's always enlightening to get the perspective, right? So rosters, like I know that's a thing right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's got rosters and all that. So first, like how do you feel about rosters? Like as a man, do you like to have a roster? Like when you're single and you're out there and you're having fun, do you prefer to have a roster, or are you more of a one-on-one, one-to-one type of guy?
So I feel like this, right? I'm the type of guy where it's like, if I like you, I'm gonna really show it. And
Mm-hmm.
then like I could be having my little phase or whatever. The moment I get you and like you, and I say, hey, that's gonna be my girlfriend, and you like me, it's over with, it's done, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like anybody who's on a roster, I have no long term intention of ever dating you.
Okay.
Because if I did, it would be that. I would cut off everybody. So I think for most dudes, it's like some dudes just enjoy having a roster.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, then why are they on the roster? Like if you don't have any intent of dating them,
Because
what is the roster for then? Just to smash?
yeah.
Okay,
It's different,
okay, yeah. What you say? That's fair.
because look,
I don't judge nobody. I'm just I'm just
yeah,
trying to understand. Like if you got a roster and like, well, you're on the roster because I'm not trying to.
yeah, but it's like this. It's like I'm gonna sound so crazy. Oh Lord, but it's like you're not gonna eat wings every night. So when you single, you're not bound to one single restaurant. So you gonna want to try some burgers. You gonna try pizza. Now you got all your favorite spots. Now you like, I want some pizza tonight.
You want to know why that's so funny, Z?
What?
The reason why that's so funny to me is because I've been in Vegas for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
I've had chicken and rice for dinner every night since I've been in Vegas.
What's good for you?
Right. So that's why it's funny to me, because when you're like, you ain't going to eat wings every night. Yes, I would. I eat chicken every single night. For the past 4+ years, I've ate chicken and rice for dinner every night. So that's where it's hard for me to really
I get
relate to that, because like in my life, like I'm so disciplined to the point where it's like I can do that, and I put that chicken in the air fryer, I'm looking forward to it being done. Like every night, I enjoy that chicken. I can't wait for the chicken to be done, and I enjoy like it like I haven't had it in a year.
Well, that'd be like my girlfriend. That's my chicken and rice.
But
So
but if beef came over to the crib, like I was like,
would I have a girlfriend? No, I don't care. Like if I'm locked in, yeah,
right,
that's my
right.
chicken and rice.
But your roster,
My roster,
you
yes,
want to have variety.
yes.
I'm not saying that I don't understand. I get it. I do get it. I guess I think I just can't relate
I
because
get
I
that.
don't need variety. Like when I find something that works,
Mhm.
I'm cool with just what works. I don't have FOMO. I don't feel like I'm missing out. Like I eat chicken every night. I never am at the house making chicken and saying, man, I wish I was having steak tonight.
Okay, but it can also be like some girls can be a good smash, but not necessarily. I don't want to save you from everything and have take you on as a person in its entirety. And it's messed up, and I can't admit that, y'all.
Yeah.
But it's just like
So a lot of the times the roster is physical. Like
it's only
it's
physical.
yeah, okay.
Oh
That makes
no, I'm
sense.
not texting you good morning.
Okay,
Yeah, no, no,
okay.
no, no, no.
So your
It's
roster, you ain't really trying to
no,
nurture none of that.
no.
Like that's
Oh hell no.
now this is my next question.
Yeah.
Because when I was in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to say this because if somebody I know sees this, I've not shied away from this. When I was younger, I would talk to, 2 or 3 girls at the same time,
That's fine.
but they all knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I was talking to a girl and then I started talking to another girl, I would, from the very beginning, I would be like, just so you know, I don't want to be in a relationship and I'm talking to this other girl. If you
Just
cool
talking.
with that, we can chill. If you're not, I respect that. I always told them that up front. So when you have a roster,
Yeah.
do they know? Do
Oh, yeah.
everyone on the roster know about that they're on the roster?
Everybody besides the star player.
So this okay. So let's break down.
Let's break
Let's break down how do you determine your who's the star? Like what makes the star player the star player?
So for me and my roster, right? I'm not saying I do this anymore, but there was a time where I traveled a lot, in each city. Part of my roster was that city.
Got
You know what
you.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So you can't be the star player if you always Colorado.
That's fair.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fair.
I'm in Vegas.
Yep.
So obviously to be the star, you
Got to be local.
local.
Okay.
You gotta do good.
Uh-huh.
You gotta put a good performance. You know what I'm saying? And like I gotta like you, and that's probably when I will probably. I'm not saying I do this no more, y'all.
Right.
Chilling right now.
Right. Let's clarify. Let's clarify.
But then I would chill with you probably the most, and I'll let it be known like, hey, I'm doing my thing. I'm not gonna blatantly put it in front of you. Neither should you really ask about it. But here's where the double standards come into place. I'm not the type saying you can't do nothing. You can go do as you please. If you choose to be around me and stay with me and tell me that you want to be with me, I'll hold you to that. But I'm letting you know now, hey, you are free to go chill with somebody.
Yeah.
Go,
So
go
you
on a date.
you would be cool messing with a female that's messing with other dudes.
Wait, don't say it like that. Wait a minute now. No, I'm not saying that necessarily.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't want to know.
Okay.
So let's pretend like we just have this great life when we together, and afterwards you go do your thing, I do my thing, whatever, right? But most of the time, the star player don't ever want to entertain other dudes. They always want to just be around you or like that.
Even knowing that they're part of the roster.
Correct.
So you got a star player.
Yes.
You would potentially have a star player that would know she's on a roster.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows that she's one of the starting 5.
Yeah. Point guard.
But
You can hit the ball every time.
she's not. She's being just 1-to-1 with you. That's the thing.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And
Now I gotta be real. I would tell any female, you dumb as hell for that.
Hey,
you dumb as hell for that.
I've had a phase. But then I would say, I think there's one girl I was talking to in LA. She knew everything. She did not care about nothing. When I went to LA one time, she still, performed. Like she did not
Yeah.
she didn't care about nothing. She knew everything. She followed me, my close friends,
Yeah.
everything. I would say everything,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
She even said, well, once you get ready to settle down, I'm still going to be here for you. I'm going to hold it down. I said, dang. That ghosted me.
Now, all right. So that
My
might
fault.
answer this question. But my question would be, if you had a girl that was like that,
Yeah.
would you even want to date her? Like, would you want to date a girl that was cool being on the roster and being like, whenever you're done doing your thing, then come to me? Because like, so I'll give my opinion on this before I let you answer the question.
No, I couldn't.
For me in my mind, I'm like, that's not the type of woman that I want. Like I want a woman that and this sounds kind of bad, but it is what it is. Like I want a female that's gonna value herself more.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you are on a roster and you know that you're dealing with a man that's doing other stuff and you're not doing the same, because if you're doing the same, I get it, it makes sense. But if you're not doing the same, I just feel like she's not valuing herself at all, and that's not somebody that I would want to be with.
I feel like this, right? I don't like to welcome things into a relationship that I'm getting into. So for her to know me at that point in my life, you know what I'm doing, I could never take you serious.
Right.
Only because then down the line, let's say I do take you serious, then let's say you do something. You go, well, before we got together, you did this. I don't want to hear that with my partner.
Yeah.
I haven't found my partner yet.
Yeah.
Because I would stop doing everything for that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, they would even not that they wouldn't know because I'm very honest. Like, hey, like I did this stuff, but that stuff is in the past. I'm here for you and only you now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a weird thing where if you rocking with me throughout my worst phase, I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go nowhere. I wouldn't trust you.
So how do you nurture the roster? Because I think I'm learning that
Yeah.
you don't invest a lot of energy into it. But for me, it's like I don't like I have to put in work to stay up and responding and communicating with the few people that I have in my circle, you know, because I'm kind of I just be in my own world, in my own little bubble. And so I do, you know, I have to be very conscious in making sure that like I respond to the people that mean something to me and I stay on top of that and all that. I couldn't imagine having, you know, 3 girls, 4 girls that I'm having to entertain this, and you know they're texting me and I'm having to entertain conversation with her and her and her and her. How much energy is going into maintaining this roster?
You
Like
gotta
what
have
type of communication are we having here?
man. All right. I'm just going who I'm a changed person. I gotta keep saying that. But I would
Right, we
say
speaking in who you used to be. You know,
yes.
you just provide a man insight. That's all
Yeah.
you're doing. You're just
I'm gonna
providing me
provide
insight
insight.
to help me understand
But
what's going on within the culture.
yeah, I feel like this. Anybody who's doing it the right way, don't change who you are. Be if you not gonna text that girl on day one, I recommend you start it that way to where she knows, oh, he's distant.
Yeah.
Which gives you a little bit more leeway
Yeah.
around time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't
Yeah.
be the dude on the FaceTime and talk to them and then promising them something, then
Yeah.
going distant once you try and juggle your roster around. You know, it's kind of you want to keep it consistent. Like, oh, he's just busy. Oh, he's
Yeah.
just doing this. Like, you know, that's the way you balance it out to where. So for me, I do suck at texting. I'm terrible at communication. I know this about myself. You know, I've changed. But back then, yes, I would be terrible at texting, and so they used to already know, like, oh. But then when he says come over, they just come over.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, I mean
So it's not really so much of trying to
the
juggle this thing.
concept of that is tough for me because I'm such a one-to-one type of guy
Mhm.
that I couldn't imagine being like, okay, I'm trying to smash this girl,
Mhm.
but I'm not really gonna communicate with, like I'm just gonna treat her like she's just somebody that I call you when I want some. To me, meant like in my mind,
No,
in my
you're not
head, I would
wrong.
struggle with that
You're not
because I
wrong.
would just be like, oh man, like that's not cool. Like I can't do her like that. Like I can't treat her like she's just that low to where it's like, oh no, like I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know how your day went. Like don't hit me up and want to talk about your day or your problems. Like hit me up when you try and slide. I would struggle with that, bro. I would struggle with
I
that.
think I'm probably used to be a dog. You know,
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
remember this one time. To your point, like this girl came over, right, and it was going good. Boom, bow. I picked her up from her crib all the way in Henderson, so that's a drive.
That was a
You know what I'm
drive.
saying?
Yeah, that was a drive.
So on the way there, you know, like talking, we cool and get here, boom, boom, boom. Now on the way back, I like I shut down to where I didn't want to hear nothing. Like I'm driving back, she's like,
So this
so
this was after you hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
After I hit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta
Yeah.
take her home now.
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, I want to stay here. You know, I'll help you clean up a little bit around here. I'm like, nah, you good. We going I got stuff to do. So, anyways, I'll drive her home, and she's like, so when am I going to see you again? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm busy. I'm traveling.
So put some context to that first. So what happened to where from the time you picked her up to the time you dropped her off, you was just like, I don't care about what you got to say. I don't want to entertain this. I probably won't see you again. Like, what happened?
She had a kid. I knew it wasn't going nowhere for me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to crack.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
lie. Like,
Yeah.
so after I did, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Let me just.
So you got what you set out for, and then after that, you like.
So it's really like I can't say here say it's a high thought process behind it because it's really not. It's more like okay. So then she's like, "Oh, I'm hungry." I'm like, "Yeah, that's crazy."
Oh man, you hit her with it. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's in your house right here, though.
That's
Like,
universal code in our culture.
Yeah.
We do not care.
Nah.
That's what that means. Like when somebody hits you with the double, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wrap that conversation up. Like that, we are no longer vested in what you're saying
and she
right
even
now.
said that she was like, "You're not even gonna feed me afterwards." And I was like, "Well, your house around the corner. You got food there, right?" And I'm turning the corner.
Damn,
I'm turning the corner. Like, I'm gonna drop you off so you can get some food.
that's cutthroat.
And then
That's
afterwards,
cutthroat.
she was blowing me up, trying to like come over and see me again. And then I didn't mean to ghost, but then it's also because I don't check my phone and because I
Yeah.
do actually doing real work,
Yeah.
I may not have.
Do you feel bad about that? Like, does that make you feel bad, or do you just kind of be like, "Hey, it's part of the game. Keep it real."
I feel like it's part of the game,
Yeah.
but I feel like, yeah, I think it's part of the game. Like you came over here for something still.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't carry on how you wanted to carry on. Like we
Yeah.
both agreed to this initial process right
Yeah.
here. Now, if I cut the contract to that, I mean, but it happens to me too, where this one goes like, "Hey,
Right.
like, please, like, not please, that's crazy, but like, yo, like, you know, slide it through again and just straight goes." Like,
Yeah.
I've had girls, one I really liked that I did stay up with, talk all night, crack. Next day, she's like, "Oh my god, I love my man." And I was like, dang, she talking about me. I was like, dang, already? Then she posted, like, the next story was like, him or like her. I was like, wait a goddamn minute.
Yeah, like hold on, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, now that I think about it, that's wild as
Yeah,
hell.
it's wild. But
You
apparently
love
they got
your man, but you was getting cracked over here yesterday, though.
new man, like they got together like the day after. So I think like part of her bucket list before
Yeah,
dating him was get cracked by me.
Yeah,
I was so mad. Like I bought a bottle of Don Julio. I did not want to pay for that. She lived like 4 or 5 in the morning. I got her Uber back home.
yeah,
And she lived way south, so it was like $70.
yeah.
It's for like 130. And I got food, and I was like, "Yo, like, you got a man now?" And it was good, so I really was mad.
Right,
like,
right. So that hurt you a little bit.
You know,
Like that was
so you get played.
yeah. But that's part of the game, though.
Part of the game.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
Yeah, man.
That man, that's all. Like, I'm the type. I honestly, I really don't judge people. Now I say that loosely because we all judge people, but I don't like people. Like, if it's what you want to do, cool. Like, you live your life because we only got one of them, so you do whatever you want to do. I hear all this and I'm just like, man,
couldn't be you.
It couldn't be me.
That's okay.
And not so much even that like I think that it's a bad thing.
No.
It's just that I would feel so guilty about it. And it's like I wouldn't want to repeatedly do things that's going to have me feeling guilty because I don't like feeling guilty. I don't like feeling bad about stuff. So, when things happen that's outside of my control, I can process that because I'm just like, there's nothing I can do about that. If I were to tell a girl straight up, listen, I don't want to be in a relationship. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to kick it with me, we can kick it, but I don't want to be in a relationship and that's not going to change.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's cool. Like, I'm cool with just chilling. And then a month later, she wants to be in a relationship. I'm not going to feel guilty about that. I'm going to feel bad that
Mm-hmm.
her feelings grew. I can't match that. I'm going to feel bad about that, but I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Cause like I told you from day one and I gave you the choice on what you wanted to do and you chose to be with it anyway and it's not going how you wanted to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel guilty about that. But if I was to bring a girl back to the crib, smash, to say all the right things, knowing that I'm not going anywhere with you and I didn't give you that choice ahead of time to be like, hey, this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hit, we will probably never talk again. Like, without giving her like that choice to make that decision, I would feel guilty about that.
I feel that. And I think now I'm at the point where I'm actually starting to get to just know, the girls I'm talking to and like the girl I'm talking to, stuff like that. To where it's like, straight up, right now we're not together, but let's say something does happen, I'll be straight up like, hey, here's what's going on. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Because I would feel bad because you're telling me your life, what you've been through, stuff you've been through, all that. So I'm not going to just dog you out like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do that.
Yeah. What is your current status?
Right now, I am single.
100% single, or you got there's somebody, or what is it? Talking like I don't know.
We're asking questions like you don't know.
This is the type of bullshit we be on. Like, nigga, you know.
No, I don't care. I don't. But right now I am talking and chilling. I've been doing that with one person.
Yeah.
For the past couple. Let me not date myself. For a while, you know what I'm saying? And I've been chilling, so it's kind of like we're not together. And she still has the freedom if, hey, you want to go do something like that? I mean, you probably wouldn't be kicking it with me every day or most days like that, but I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
It would be cool, but then it'd become just straight that. But like,
all right, so if I was to say talking, dating, relationship, how do you distinguish the three?
It's
more specifically talking and dating, because I think that's the one where people seem to blur the lines on like what constitutes talking versus what constitutes dating.
See, this is actually my first time where I think I've talked to a girl and been talking to a girl, and you're not my girlfriend like that. Because most times I'm scared of this in between moment. If I really like you, to then be like, oh no, you can't do nothing. Make sure we're in a relationship now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this is really my first time where it's like, okay, we're talking. I feel like talking was like in the beginning where you just kind of like getting to know somebody. You're not physical. You're not doing nothing besides we're just talking, maybe going out on a little date, come back to the crib, still nothing physical. Yeah. Dating comes in to where, okay, I'm starting to pursue you a little bit more. We're going to go create some memories. Maybe get a little bit physical, and people that I now associate with will probably start seeing you. A little bit. Relationship, I feel like we're now making this full on commitment. Like, because right now dating, I feel like you're still not gonna go through my phone. You're still not gonna maybe be at every little thing I'm at because you don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Relationship that you're my girlfriend, you got full access, whatever. I don't care about nothing. You're my girl. So
okay. So I think that's in line, I think, with how I see it. And for me, like the distinguishment between talking and dating is exclusivity, right? So when we're talking, we're getting to know each other. You might be talking to some other people, which is totally normal. Like you meet me today, you're not going to cut off everybody or not entertain somebody else just because we're talking and we're getting to know each other. So that makes sense. So for me, like that transition is, okay, we've been talking, we've been getting to know each other. Now we're moving into the phase where like if we had something else, we're cutting that off. And it's just now we're just focusing on each other. That's when it becomes dating to me. And then of course, relationship is like, we're making it official. We're a couple, we're together, yada, yada. But I feel like when I talk to people, a lot of times they're like, no, there ain't really no difference between talking and dating. And I'm like, there's definitely a
I see
difference.
the
There's
exclusive
definitely a
part.
difference. Cause like I'm not dating somebody that's talking to other guys.
No, I see the exclusive
You know what
part.
I'm saying? Like there's no way. Like if you dating other guys, talking to other guys, entertaining other guys, we're not dating. Cause
Yeah.
I'm not gonna entertain other people. Like if we're dating, like we're taking it to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, like now I'm starting to bring you around more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm introducing you as, you know, somebody that I'm dating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole different level of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm not doing that just for them to see you out with another dude and they
Yeah.
like, yo, man, like
I
the
feel
girl
that.
you said you dating, like I saw her at Marquee with so.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I feel
You
that.
know what I'm saying? So that's like the distinguishment for me, where it's like once it's like we feel like we really vibing and we are aiming to be in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, okay, we cut everything else off and then
When you
we
get in relationships, are you looking for marriage? Because I feel like for
at
me,
my age, yes.
I feel like for me to be in another relationship, I can honestly say each girl I've been in a relationship with, which has only been two, I was looking at something long term,
Mm-hmm.
like marriage, and
Mm-hmm.
like way deeper than just like like I really like you, like I'm in
Yeah.
love with you type stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you're looking for marriage in
For
that
sure. And you
stage.
know, the interesting thing because um you know, a lot of times when I talk about relationships and things like that, like I talk with a lot of wisdom
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, girls would be like, you say all the right stuff. Why aren't you married? You know, why don't you have a girl? I get that question more than people would think. And the answers to those questions are very simple for me. You know, it's like I've had some really great girls in my life
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't do the right things. You know, it wasn't that I didn't treat them well. It's just I didn't really value what I had. And I knew that I had something great. Like there's one girl that I regret not being with, and she wanted to be with me so bad. And she had a daughter, and that daughter was like my daughter. I love that kid. I
Mm-hmm.
loved her.
Yep.
You know, and she moved from the city
Damn.
because she couldn't handle being in the city and like she wanted to be a family with me so bad. And I love that girl to death. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't commit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have an explanation of why I couldn't commit, but she checked all the boxes. You know, she was a wonderful person.
Mm-hmm.
She would have been a great girlfriend. She would have been a great wife. She was a great mom. I've had some great girls in my life, and I just didn't handle it the way I should have. And a part of that, I'm reluctant to even say I didn't handle it the way that I should have, because just in the time and where I was at in life, I made the decisions that I thought made sense for me at the time. So
Yeah.
of course I can look back on it now and be like, man, I should have done this. I could have done that. We always can do that. So it's like I've had a lot of great girls in my life that I just didn't I ain't put a ring on it, as they say, you know,
Okay.
and especially the type of girls that I go for, like they're not going to stick around for forever
Mm-hmm.
for somebody that's just not willing to really commit and take it to that next level. So they're going to move on and find their things, and that's, you know, that's what they did. So for me, it's like if I'm in a relationship, especially at my age and where I'm at in life, if I'm going to commit to that, which to the point of some of the people that was in the comment, like I don't have a girl right now because I don't want to have a girl. I don't want to date right now. And I've made that very clear
I
to
feel
a
that.
good amount of girls. Like I am focusing on myself, my business. That's my priority. And I don't want to share that with somebody else right now. Like I want to be
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically selfish to improve myself and things that I got going on.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm going to be in a relationship, I'm not at a point where I just want to be in a relationship willy nilly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I'm going to invest in a relationship, my end goal is for us to be married
Mm-hmm.
and potentially have kids. Like I'm to a point now where I'm very in the middle on kids. Like growing up, I wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
I love kids, but now just kind of the way the world is now and just everything, I think my anxiety would be crazy if I had a kid. So I'm kind of like, I'm cool if I meet someone that wants to have a kid.
Yeah.
I'm also cool not having any kids. I'm also cool meeting someone with kids
Mm.
that, you know, I can just kind of come into and
Yeah.
don't, you know, because at my age, I'm like, do I want to have to deal with the newborn? Not really.
I feel that.
But would I if it was with the right girl? Absolutely. You
I
know,
feel that.
so for me, like my end game when I'm in relationships is always marriage. That's the end game because I don't, what's the point
Yeah.
for me to just be in a relationship for a couple years and then start over again?
Is
You know what
it
I'm
fair to
saying?
say? Because I'm probably one of the few people in my age that's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I
have a
definitely
kid.
wasn't thinking this way when I was your
I
age.
would love to
I
have a
was
kid, but you know, it's crazy. Kids don't scare me. Mothers do. Who do I have a kid with? That scares me
for
more
sure,
than
for
having
sure.
an actual kid.
That's a bigger. People need to think about that more. Because
Because
that's a bigger part of it all. The kid is a kid,
yeah,
right? And like you're gonna love a kid and you could take care of a kid. That's I won't say it's easy, but it's easy.
yeah.
But who you got that kid with, that can be a godsend or it could
Well,
be hell.
yeah, and I'm also the type. I know it sounds crazy after I told y'all, but raw dogging and stuff. I'm also
Right.
the
We don't
type,
believe you.
but it's also like I'm the type where whoever I have a kid with, I want to be married to. I'm like I'm more traditional in that sense, where it's
Hmm.
like I don't want 3 to 5 baby mamas around
Right.
here. You know, I want
Right.
to be locked in with that person.
Yeah.
Ideally, my wife, and whatever. Like we have our kid, and that's our family, and
Yeah.
that's it. You know, we have multiple kids. I wouldn't care. So the hardest part for me has been trying to find a woman that is good with me
Right.
and also that's good with kids. Because there's some that's I've been with that's like, oh, I like you, but I'll kill a kid. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
what you mean by
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, at your age, so at your age, like you would be cool. Like if you met somebody
mhm,
and everything was good, like you was vibing, all the boxes were checked, you would be cool getting married right now.
yes,
Yeah.
like I'm so serious. I wanted
Yeah.
to, like, I really did.
That's wild to me because when I was your age, I had some great girls when I was in my 20s,
Yeah,
and was just like, ain't no way.
yeah.
Like you're great.
It's like the first time
But
we're talking.
I ain't trying to get married though. I
Yeah,
ain't trying to have no kids. Like I didn't want to have a kid till I was like pushing 30.
that's me right now. We're not pushing 30. We're like the more. Right now, I'm just talking, and I don't. I'm talking. I don't know if I see a future with and how this comes out, but it's like maybe nobody has sparked that
Yes.
interest in me
Yes.
yet.
Yes.
How I did felt like how I felt back then
Yeah.
with other people in the past, and it may sound messed up 'cause I just stopped talking to somebody, but it's
Yeah.
like I haven't felt that spark or
Yeah.
that connection, or maybe it died. I don't know. That's like something I'm working on. Where I'm like, what do I want from women, like
Yeah.
in general, like. And other ones I'm talking to, they're like I've talked to them all. I don't really feel nothing to where it's like I want to grow with you.
Yeah.
If I don't see growth, I really don't want you around.
Right. I'm big on that.
Yeah,
I'm big on that. Like then that's just people that I bring into my circle
of
in general.
course.
Like I always say, if I'm bringing you into my circle,
Yeah,
and I don't say this to be arrogant or whatever, but it's like if I bring you into my circle, it's because I feel like you can help me be a better person. You can help me grow. Like that's the reason why you're in my circle. Because if you're not doing that, why would you be here? Like why would I have you there if I didn't feel like you could help me become better?
yeah,
So that's super important to me. And I do believe like a lot of times when the right person comes along, like you'll know.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you'll know even me right now, because people are like, well, you're saying like you don't want to be in a relationship. Well, you just haven't met the right person. And I'm like, to a degree, you're right.
mm-hmm.
But also on the other side of that, it's like not really.
Yeah,
Because if you know that like these are my goals
mm-hmm.
and I want to pour 100% of myself into reaching these goals,
Yep,
no matter who comes along, if you're disciplined enough and this is what you want to do, like you're going to see to it that you meet those goals first. Because the reality is, if you're in a relationship, even if you're talking, you can't pour 100% of yourself into what you're doing because that's not fair to the person you're talking to. Like you got to pour some percentage of yourself into that person.
yep,
So it's like if you know that what you're doing, I got to devote all my time and energy into meeting that goal. It wouldn't be fair for me to bring a girl into the fold. I just was having a conversation with a girl about this 2 days ago.
yeah,
I was like, that's the reason why I didn't hit you up and I didn't try to pursue anything with you because
mm-hmm.
I know I can't give you what I know I would need to give you
Yep,
if we were going to be talking. And I don't think it's fair to bring you into my life and just give you a little bit here and there.
mm-hmm.
Like that's just not fair for me to do that. Even if you're saying you're cool with it, a lot of times people will say they're cool with stuff until feelings start to grow.
And that's the
And
thing.
then those things aren't cool anymore because now you want more. And then when feelings get involved, it becomes even harder to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And your feelings get hurt and things just have a lot more weight. So I'm just respectful enough to be like, I don't even want you to go through that.
I feel that.
And it's like if the stars align and our paths cross, once I reach what I want to reach, then cool, we can explore and see where it goes. But like until that point, you just got to stay focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being young is kind of like in this generation. It's like a lot of girls don't even know what they want.
Right.
So then for me, I do know what I want. If I'm dating a girl or in a relationship with a girl, I'm like, yo, like I really want kids.
Yeah.
I'm not forced that on you, but I'm just saying like the next 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
like I'll be married with kids,
Yeah.
like, you know.
So here's my worry with that. Here's my worry with that, and this has been my worry for a long time. Like when I hear about people getting married young and things like that. My fear for people like that is that you haven't had enough time to experience life and really truly know what you want. And I feel like a lot of times people will get married young. They don't really get to really enjoy their 20s. Like I feel like people really need to enjoy their 20s and kind of experiment and see, because the thing is like, okay, I could give you something to drink and you can be like, this is great. This is all I want to drink from now on. But if you haven't drunk anything else, like you don't know that that truly is the drink that you would pick over everything else because you haven't drunk anything else. You only have drunk that one thing. So yeah, it's good. But how do you know that there isn't something that's way better that you're like, that's actually what I would be able to drink for the rest of my life?
Well, that's where that roster comes into play.
Yes.
You get all the drink flavors you want. You get to taste it out, and then you come back around and you like, you know what? I had that. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. I still want that overlap.
I would agree with you if there was more than just surface level to a roster.
But no.
I feel like rosters are very surface level, so you're not really able to get enough depth to be able to know like this is the type of girl that I would want to marry. Because see, it's different. Having somebody that you have fun with is completely different than somebody that you would want to marry. There's a lot of girls that you'll come across that it's like, we have fun together. I know couples who they started out very physical and the sex was really good and they would go out and they would drink and they had a great time. And then 2 years, 3 years, 4 years into the relationship when, you know, sex isn't as important now because you're doing it all the time. So it doesn't carry the same amount of weight. They're not going out as much, or maybe they stopped drinking. They realized they had nothing in common.
Well, hear me out again. That's the importance of that roster. And here's why I say that.
Yes, help me understand that one.
Because stat-wise, statistically speaking, right? Us as men, when men typically cheat, we're not cheating for emotional.
For sure.
It's for physical.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
During that young phase of your life, during that roster phase of your life, you trying out every little thing you want to try. Just say you did it.
Yeah.
Then you realize, okay, it wasn't really hitting like I thought it would. But now I'm not having to cheat. I don't believe in cheating, but you know, I don't cheat at all. But I don't have that temptation no more to want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I'm looking for who I want to be with, now the physical part's all out the picture. Now it's about the vibe. Now it's about this and that. And now I'm not saying me personally, but now the temptation of going to go find something that might have bigger butt, bigger chest, she's this complexion or whatever. Like I want to try that. Like once you try it all, you like, I'm good. So here's what I'm really looking for.
Okay. Do you think in your world, do you think there's more importance in getting the physical out the way first before getting to know the girl, or would you rather get to know her first? Like, do you want to get the physical to be able to rule that out or give that approval before you get to know her?
I always say this all the time. I don't know if I like you till after I crack. I would just say that right now.
All right,
because
bet.
How you are in bed, because I think people. I'm not speaking from a term of lust, but I do think that physical intimacy does play a role into people's relationships. You know what I'm saying? So people have certain wants and needs on the girl side too. You know what I'm saying? You have to be open and honest. Like, yo, that was not hidden from me. You cool person, but I cannot lay with you every night. And that's just a hard reality. People don't like to hear that, but it's the truth where it's like.
But you do know that that's going to change regardless. Like, no, in general, like generally speaking, no female is going to carry the same fire from day one as she will 2 years in, 3 years
if I know you got that inside of you, if I know it's down there, I could activate it.
Because they change, bro.
No, they do change.
They change. You're not gonna have the fire 3 years in, bro.
But then, like, for example, I don't like pillow princesses. I don't like it.
What is a pillow princess?
Pillow.
Educate me.
You don't know?
No,
Oh
educate
Lord,
me. What
pillow
is a pillow
princess
princess?
is a girl who wants you just to do
Okay, I
everything.
agree with you. I just had never heard that term. So
Yeah,
I
so
agree
you're a
with
pillow
you.
princess.
Yeah,
Like you gonna lay there on your side, lift your leg,
I agree.
like I
Yeah,
don't like that. So if that's who you are, I'll let you know. Like, hey, like if not really feeling that, and you still like, I ain't doing all that. It's like, okay, well,
yeah. That's fair. That's
and that's the
100% fair.
compatibility part.
But there's always a possibility that she turns into that. You know, so if you're dating a girl, you're 2 years in, it was fire when you started. 2 years in, she done transitioned into a pillow princess. What you gonna do?
Well, I feel like I
And this
love
is
you.
probably hypothetical
It's
because you
happened.
probably okay.
No, it's
So
happened. I feel like it's that's fine because regardless of anything, I still have love for you, and I have feelings for you because I've been through everything. Now I'm dealing with this problem. That's okay. I can overlook that
mhm.
and say, okay, I still love you. I'm not gonna go nowhere.
So now you know
But if I'm looking again, I'm not going for that
you
again.
opened up Pandora's box here because now my question is if if it starts out fire
Hmm.
and then it kind of goes down, but you got love there, so you're like, you know, all is still good.
Hmm.
Do you not feel the same could be true if you got to know her first and realize that she was an amazing person? And if that sex isn't great, you have the feeling. So you're just like, well, it doesn't have to be great because there's love here. Like maybe not love necessarily, but like you've gotten to know
I see
her
what
to
you're saying.
where you're just like, even if it isn't great, it's good enough
Hmm.
because there's these other things that are augmenting that. So it's not like it's just a one night stand where it's like, this is all we got. So if it's not good, like we're nothing. But if like you get to know her first and she's a solid ass person, it takes away some of the weight from the physical part because you're like, well, even if
It
it's not great, you're so fun to be around. And I have such great conversation with you that I can deal with the
not
physical not being,
up to par.
yeah.
I'll give you that. That's a fair point. But you know what? I give you that for where I'm at mentally now. You asked me this probably a couple months ago. I've been like, nah, dude. Like, I could care less. But right now, I do think like a girl's vibe and her energy
Yeah.
can go a long way
Yeah.
to where if that's not on par, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not even looking for the physical part. If I feel like you're a good candidate for marriage
Yeah.
and kids and family,
Yeah. Now, even in saying that, I do still feel like intimacy is very important.
of course.
It's extremely important. And I think when people try to make it seem like, you know, when you get to know somebody or you love somebody, they downplay the importance of intimacy. Intimacy is still a very
Yeah.
big part of a relationship. And I use the word intimacy and not sex because it's like it's not just about the sex piece. Like it's just
Mhm.
like if you was with a girl and, you know, y'all started out, you know, physical and cuddling and things like that. And then it morphed into like she doesn't even want to cuddle anymore. She don't want to have any sort of affection. That is very
But I
problematic.
feel like that's when it's time to go, and that's when you start noticing with the little shifts. Is like once intimacy changes,
Yeah.
it's like okay, either something's going on, you're not telling me,
Right.
or I'm doing something that's pissing you off, and again, you're not communicating. So like, let's get to the root of why we're not intimate no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point we couldn't stay off each other.
Yeah.
Now we are so distant.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Do you talk to girls about what they like when it comes to physical sex? Like, do you have conversation? Like, do you have a heart to heart? Like, what type of things do you like? Like, what are you into? What do you like?
Oh
Like, what
yeah,
would you like me to do? How would you like me to do it? Like, do you have those conversations?
I do. But because I already know people from my roster days. They're gonna be like, he wasn't hitting for shit, and you dang right, because I had a fun time. That's all I cared about. Okay,
Oh,
but yeah. So I would say back in those days,
yeah,
I was not. I was like, hey, I'm having a good time. And even if you're my partner, I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not bad in 100%. Okay, that's cool with me.
none of us are.
Yeah, like
None of
some
us are.
nights it's
Anybody
gonna
that says they
be
are is cap. No, I
it's
mean, none of
cap,
us
you
are.
know. But and I might know what you like some nights. Some nights I might just be tired. I want to go to bed.
For
But
sure.
for the most part, yes, understanding like what exactly you what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that because me too, probably
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think
I
that's
do it.
real important, and I think enough like people don't have that conversation and they should because
Yeah.
like sometimes sex is bad because y'all don't know what each other likes. You
Yeah.
know, so case in point, like I was talking to a girl one time and she was like, yeah, I really don't like doggy style. She's like, it's
Mm.
just, it's not my thing. She has some things, some experiences to where, you know, she didn't like it for that reason.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're a guy and that's your thing
Yeah.
and that's what you want to do every time, you're not going to do it for her
Yeah.
because she doesn't like it. Now she might do it because she know that you want it, but she's not going to be enjoying that. Where it's like, if you just had that conversation, now you know, like, oh, I thought all girls like that.
Yeah. No,
You
for
know what I'm
real.
saying? So now you doing something thinking you doing the right thing. Meanwhile, she doesn't like it. Now you just have the conversation. She might be like, I prefer spoon sex. And you're
Yes.
like, oh, yeah, I could definitely do that. Like, I rock with that too. Now you giving her, so, you know, you can start one way, get what you like,
Yeah.
then boom, transition into that. She getting her thing. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And all it takes is a simple conversation. But for
Yeah.
some reason, like, especially on the man side, and I don't know if it's a pride ego
Yeah.
thing or what,
No.
they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to ask those questions.
No.
And I'm like, trust me, ask the questions
Well, I goes, but yeah.
because you will,
You learn that you really
yeah,
wasn't doing nothing that one time you thought you was doing
right,
it because it
right.
wasn't pleasing them.
Right. And I mean,
She
like
want her
things
toes sucked, suck
things
'em.
literally can go from bad to great. Like if you just
Like,
understand what they like. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? There's some guys it's like they don't do no foreplay.
Yeah.
And some girls are like, yeah, if I don't have foreplay, like no matter how good you are, it's not gonna do anything for me.
I mean, some girls like, I like my toes sucked. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying? So
cool.
how you feel about sucking toes?
Oh, I don't mind. I am what they refer to these days. I am a eater. But on that one night stand thing, though, no,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. See, there's so many limitations to
So you're
one.
not sucking toes for a one night.
I can't say that, but I will. Where you come from, you know? If I like, okay, if I had known you for a minute and then we end up doing a one night, that's one thing. But
Does that count as a one night though? That don't count as a one night if you knew him
no,
already.
okay,
Yeah, that
fair.
don't count.
Then
Like a
no,
one night is like you just met.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
no, I'm
yeah.
not really putting my. I don't really put my mouth into me. I probably want to kiss you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like to put my mouth nowhere.
Yeah.
Um,
So you just hitting it and ain't even kissing nothing.
yeah,
They these young kids wild out here, y'all.
yeah, dude.
It's a
I'm
wild
just,
game out here, boy. It's a
bro.
wild game.
Because like, why would you? I'm not putting my mouth down
Now
there.
you know where I'm gonna go with this
Go
though.
ahead.
You know where I'm gonna
Go
go with
ahead. You
this. How
good?
can you have? Because like I have always had a rule
Mm-hmm.
that if I don't feel like I can kiss you, then there's no possible way that I could ever be intimate with you.
Mm.
Because I'm always gonna be thinking like if there's something that's telling me I shouldn't kiss you, how in the world would I do anything more than that? That's always been my rule. So my question would be,
Mm-hmm.
how can you be like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna kiss her or suck her toes, but I'll hit.
It's easy.
That logically doesn't make any sense
I
to
just throw
me.
my mouth on your body.
But you willing to put your thing in there though.
Yeah,
It makes no sense.
I know. But it's the logic, dude. It's just like I'm not.
Some things in this life are illogical.
Yeah,
I get it.
I
Trust
can't even
me.
defend
I
it. It's
get it.
just
There's
me
some
where
things I
it's
can't
like,
explain either. I get it. I'm just putting it out
yeah,
there
no,
for
you're
the
right.
people.
Because then yeah, because like you let me hit. Then I don't know what. See, the thing is, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you've been kissing. What's been in your mouth?
You don't know who she been fucking either.
Well, that's true. But
Like she could have got cracked
that's
the
my
night before.
that's
She
my
could have got
tongue
cracked
though.
that morning.
I don't want to taste what you just did.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I
Like
guess
I don't
that's
want to
fair.
taste nothing you just did. Where your mouth was at.
I mean,
But,
that so to be frank, I think kissing is one of the most disgusting things in the world. Right now, we do it when we're in the moment, but I will leave this earth saying I think tongue kissing a girl is disgusting. When you think about what you're doing, it's gross as hell. Like
It is.
as people, we don't even want somebody spitting on us, and it's just hitting skin. Like if somebody spit on you and you hit your leg, you'd be pissed.
Oh yeah.
But we'll sit up here and tongue kiss a girl. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But we do it when we're in the moment. But that's why I'm just like, if there's something that's making me be like, I don't want to do that, there ain't no way I'm doing anything else. There ain't no way.
You a toes guy?
I'm not a toes guy, but I'm not anti feet.
Okay, I feel that.
You know, like I don't know what people are so weird about feet. Like it's their feet. Like if they're clean, it's a foot. Like there's nothing weird about feet. I'm in the middle. Like I'm not one of those, like I don't get turned on by feet. But like if a girl was like, yeah, I like when my toes get, like I wouldn't be like, I'm never doing it. Like it's not that big of a deal.
The last time I really like I think my whole thing with the mouth and kissing was because this one thing, right? I told the story in the pod before, but this girl I was talking to, she had a boyfriend. The whole time she was talking, but I'm thinking like we like in that dating stage, you know what I'm saying? I'm around her friend group.
Yeah.
Her friends are hyping me up. Like,
Uh-huh.
y'all look so good together.
So fucked up.
Right? I'm with her mom and her grandma.
So fucked up.
So I'm like, there's no way
Right,
in
right,
hell
right,
I done met your mama, your
right.
grandparents. We cool. I'm with your people every day.
Yep.
Whole time you had a whole committed boyfriend over there, but we in like this, oh, I can't be with you just yet, but we're together, but not together type thing. And I always wonder why. But then come to find out, but then when I finally cracked though, boy, that night I didn't know if it was gonna be the first time, the last time, but I used my mouth, use everything, you know. Then like 2 days later, that's when I found out like you had a boyfriend the whole summer, and I just meant like I'm disgusted. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this dude been cracking you all
yeah, yeah.
summer.
Because she had his thing in her mouth
Yeah,
the
and like
day,
you
the morning
and I
before you
picked
said.
no, and the thing is, I picked her up that day,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing from his house.
Mm. So you know there was some stuff going on.
Yes, that's all I
Yeah,
could assume. So I'm like, yo, ain't no
that's
way.
rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I still hate that. I don't hate nobody, but
See, that's
her,
man.
I'm like,
That's where like dating is tough right now
yeah.
because the good thing about me when I was younger, people didn't have access to the things that they have access to now, right? So, like if you think about, I mean, even if we just look at time in general, so like if you think about times when cell phones wasn't big, social media wasn't a thing, it wasn't really easy to cheat. It wasn't easy to hide things because you didn't have an easy way to do it. Like you couldn't just pick up your phone and
Like it
send
was
a or
easier
what? No, no, no.
to not get caught.
See, I don't know that I would say it was easier just off of the fact of like how would you communicate?
I feel like, for example, boom, you're at that time. Hey, I'm going out tonight. You like, okay, cool, have a nice night. See you tomorrow, or we can get in. Right? She may do it at the club. Need to get cracked in the car. Go to his place across town, and then she dip after that. She don't have no more contact with him. She don't know him like that. You don't know him at all. You would never know.
I think that's fair. That's a fair point. I think
Because
maybe
nowadays,
I think I would argue that back in the day, cheating wasn't as accepted, and I think people
mm-hmm,
were felt more guilty about it.
mm-hmm,
So if you cheated, it wasn't because it was easy.
mm-hmm,
It was because you had emotionally checked out of whatever situation you were in.
mm-hmm,
So that doesn't justify it, but there was probably something going on in the relationship to where like your needs weren't being met. And so you
mm-hmm.
look for them elsewhere.
Okay.
And that was kind of how cheating happened back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like now, because it's so easy to do,
Yeah,
people are doing it because it's easy,
I can see
not
that.
necessarily because my guy at home isn't treating me right. Like I feel like there's probably girls that have a good man at home,
Mm-hmm.
but they like the allure of somebody else, and it's
No,
so easy
I'm gonna take a drink to
to
that one.
cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To where, yeah, like you're just doing it because you can and you have access to it, and there's just you have a bigger pool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Like back in the day, you were kind of only cheating with people that you came across.
Yeah.
Where it's like now, if a female posts something on Instagram, she got 30 dudes in her DMs.
Dude, it's
So
so
that's
annoying.
30 potential guys
Oh, that's
that
so
she may
annoying.
hit it off with, and something, it doesn't even have to be we got to meet up right away. It could be like we just, DMing each other back and forth, and then things happen to where it's like back in the day, you didn't have that type of communication.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel
So
about your girl having social media, like, and posting on social media and all that?
that's a good question. That's a good question because I have strong feelings on a lot of the things that girls post on social media. I have a problem with it. Like as a guy, I have a problem with it because I feel like if you're in a relationship, there's just certain things that you shouldn't do, you shouldn't post. Now, girls are always going to have the argument that I'm just posting it for my girls, or
Body confidence.
I'm posting it because I just felt like I look good and I wanted to share it. And I will 100% of the time I say that's bullshit, right?
Mm.
When you post something to social media, you are posting for the attention. You
Okay.
can try to give me all the arguments in the world that you want to give me, but everybody that posts something to social media, it's either you have an end game. And if it's, business, it's because you want clients.
Mm-hmm.
If it's personal, you're doing it for the attention.
Yep.
You would not post things to social media if you never got any engagement on every single post that you did. I promise you, as a female, you would not post the pictures that you posted.
Agreed.
And it's not just because you want stuff from your girls. It's not. I don't care what they say. So there's things that like I see girls posting and I'm just like, I wouldn't be okay with that if I was in a relationship with you. And it has nothing to do with control.
Yeah.
I am just a big believer that most people, myself included, lack willpower. Okay. And the example that I give is if I'm in a relationship, my willpower is not putting myself in a situation for something to happen. So what I mean by that is I wouldn't put myself in a situation where I'm around a female and it's just her and I. Because if that female comes out the bathroom naked and comes on to me, the chances of me being able to deny that is a lot less than me not having myself there to begin with. I have the willpower to not be there. But once I'm there, it's different. So I think with females, when you're posting stuff, you're inviting a lot of attention. And it becomes harder to ignore that attention and do the right thing, especially if, imagine you have a girl that's like, y'all got into a fight today. And she posts something and she's got 10 guys that's telling her how beautiful she is or this, that, and the third. And she's mad at you. Maybe you haven't told her she's beautiful in a while and she's been craving that. Now she's got 10 guys that's saying that. Now in her mind, she's like, see, he would tell me that I was beautiful. Z never tells me that I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it opens up the potential for things to go sideways. And I think girls just have to understand that it's like when you're in a relationship, don't invite problems. Like, even if you think you're strong, like, we're not as strong as we want to tell people we are. That's just the reality. We're not as strong and we don't have as much willpower as we like to think that we do. So don't put yourself in a position where you have to test that.
Yeah.
So that's where like I struggle with the social media aspect.
I feel that. I'll say this start. The girl I'm talking to, she's actually private.
I like that.
I like that because it was, and then you go through her page, it's kind of like, oh, it's just like chill stuff with family, chill stuff. You know, anything on a story is very rare, but it's probably a repost with out with your homegirls, out with your friend. You know, I could live with that.
Yep.
I've also dated somebody who, you know, was a model and seeing stuff like that, and like you said, to your point, where it's like 20 guys are gonna swipe up, but oh, you look good.
Yep.
Yada. Me personally, I don't care. I feel like you're inviting it in. I care more about. I said I care more about your response. But then the scary part about girls is like, just because she don't respond that day in front of you, don't mean that a couple months from now,
right?
He said I look good. A couple months ago, we broke up. Let me go see what he's on.
Right.
That's always still a thought. But I don't know. Like I don't. And also I don't like a rule with me in my relationships is like, you don't go to other people about our problems. Your mom, your boy best friend, whoever it may be, cousins, because once you start putting all these other people into what's going on with us, then you're allowing all these other opinions to come in, and they don't know the full story.
For sure.
And they don't know our dynamic.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying be closed off and don't talk about your feelings, but I'm also saying like,
yeah. And I mean, you know, to be factual, like most people, when they're having a conversation with somebody, they're going to spin any story that's advantageous for them.
Exactly.
Like most people just aren't going to be like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to give their input, their bias. And so people are only hearing that. And it's like, I could be like, yeah, man, like I called Z and he cussed me out as soon as he answered the phone.
Yeah.
Now, if I spin it that way, people are going to be like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But if I conveniently leave out that 20 minutes before that, I did X, Y, Z, and that's the reason why when I called again, he cussed me out. Yeah. Well, that changes the story.
Exactly.
But most people aren't giving you
the full story.
that full story and that full context. So, you know, like I personally feel like if a girl's in a relationship, she should not even entertain
I feel
a
that.
DM from a guy that she doesn't know. Okay, now I've had conversations with girls about this, and they're like, "Yeah, but I feel rude." And my whole thing is just like, why is that more important to you than protecting the relationship that you have? Because that should be the most important thing. Like, you don't know that
You care
person,
about his feelings more than
right?
mine.
So it's like you're worried about being rude to a guy that you don't know
Yeah.
versus doing all the things to protect the relationship that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's more of just a respect thing, right? Because if a random guy compliments you and say you look great, cool. You don't have to entertain that.
Yeah.
You don't. Do you need that from him?
Yeah.
Because to entertain it implies that you need that attention from those people. Because if you don't need that attention, you will feel no sort of obligation to respond to that. You will just ignore that and be like, cool,
Yep.
but you will ignore it. So when you entertain it as men, and this is where I talk to a lot of girls, and a lot of girls are just very naive in how men think. When you respond to that,
Yeah.
as men, we're like, we got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Girls would be like, but I told him I had a boyfriend. Doesn't matter. You responded.
Because on the flip side,
And as men, we're like, we got a little in.
yeah,
Because she didn't ignore me.
I've
She
been that dude.
responded.
Hey, she got a girlfriend, bro. I mean, sorry, bro. She got a boyfriend, but look at this stuff. Like, she's still like,
Yep.
she hit me with the heart on it.
Yep.
You know
Right.
what I'm
You know what I'm saying? Like, you still responded, which
Yeah.
means that's a form of you entertaining that.
Yeah.
Like, you saying you have a man doesn't mean anything. Like, your actions is not saying that that man is important enough for you to be like, I'm not going to talk to you. So it's like a slippery slope because it's hard to tell somebody, especially like if they were single and they were getting all this attention and they were responding, it's hard to get them to understand that it's like, now that we're together, you need to not respond to any of that and all that, because it's just kind of like, well, now it always goes back to feel like you're trying to control me.
Yeah, it's not a control thing. I think it's more so the mutual respect.
Right.
Because respectfully, vice versa, I'm like, oh, I got a girl. I'm not even saying I got a girl. I'm not even responding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just like, whatever I'm doing, I expect the same way back.
Right. I'm not responding also, like, and I have a lot of female friends, and it's like when I get in relationships, the female friends that I communicate with on a semi-regular or regular basis, I let them know, like, hey, I'm in a relationship now. Like, it's cool if you hit me up from time to time, check in, see how I'm doing, but like, we're not going to have the same level of frequency and conversation because I respect the girl that I'm with. And I know I wouldn't like that. Like, I wouldn't like the girl that I'm with to be talking to 2-3 guys on a regular basis, even though she knew them before me. I wouldn't be comfortable with that because I feel like when you get in a relationship, going back to what I said earlier, certain things have to change. Like, I can't be out here talking to 20 girls, even if it's all platonic, and I'm in a relationship. The optics is like, it just doesn't look good. So it's kind of like, you got to be like, okay, you know, and then it's like any new girls that come in, I'm not entertaining it at all.
Yeah.
Because why would I? I don't care about you. I care about this girl that I got on my arm. I don't know you. I don't care about you at all.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the need to entertain that. I don't care about coming off as being rude. I'm going to come off as rude to people that know me sometimes.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I
Yeah.
definitely don't care about the one that I don't know you. Like, hey, you should respect the fact that, hey, he didn't respond. He probably got a girl. I love that about him.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, like, you know, it's just tough because like social media is such a big part of people's lives.
It is.
So it's hard to really navigate that. And the only thing I can do is just try to be upfront with how I feel about it. And I just always say, you do what you want to do. Like, I can't control what you do, but just make sure that whatever it is you do, you will be okay with me doing the same thing. And if you're okay with me doing the same exact thing, you make that choice. You make whatever choice you want to make. You know what I'm saying? Just know that it's like, if you wouldn't want me to do it, you shouldn't be doing it either.
I feel that.
It really is that simple. And that's how I always look at when I'm in relationships. If I'm ever faced with something where I'm like, I'm not sure, do I think this is a problem? Do I not? What I want it to be on the other side and her to be doing this, how would I feel about it? I don't think I would love that too much. Bet, don't do it. It's that simple.
It is.
You know?
Well, it's about 2 hours.
Already,
I know.
Dang. Dang.
You got any last questions, last topics you want to get on this week?
Man, I think that about covers it, man.
All right, I got one for you.
Yes.
You're older. What is one regret or one thing you made in like one decision you made in your younger years that you regret now that you think could have potentially changed the course or whatever your trajectory is.
Mm. That's a tough one because I don't really regret things because I always say that was the decision that I wanted to make at the
Mm-hmm.
time. And I feel like a lot of times regret comes from hindsight.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you could look back on things and be like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But you only know that because you're outside of the
Mm-hmm.
moment. In the moment, like I made the decisions that I wanted to make, and that's what felt right at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I rarely look at things as regret, and I really look at it as an opportunity for me just to be a better person
Yeah.
or to do things better, to make better decisions. Like that's how I kind of look at stuff. So like even the girl that I was talking about, that's probably the only situation that I say I regret.
Yeah.
Only because I knew in the moment
That.
that I should have been doing different.
Yeah.
And I still chose to do what I did.
Yep.
So to me, that's where it was like I didn't need hindsight to be able to be look back and be like, man, I thought I was just gonna find another girl like her, or,
Yeah.
whatever. And I wish I would have. No, like I knew in that moment, like I would sit with myself and be like, what reason do you have to not move forward with this? And I couldn't even come up with any reasons.
Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, I regret that.
I feel that.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like everything else in life, yeah, I just look at it as I did what I wanted to do at that time. I probably enjoyed it at the
Mm-hmm.
time. And I may not, where I'm at now, I might not make the same decision. But at that time, it was a good decision and I had fun and I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
you know? And you would probably do this like when you look back, when you get older and you look back at your rosters and stuff, like eventually you're going to be sitting on this side talking to a young fella and being like, man,
Man.
you doing what? And you're gonna be like you're gonna feel differently, but at the time where you're at right now, like this is what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like you
Yeah.
gotta enjoy life, and sometimes a part of enjoying life is you do things that 10 years from now you wouldn't do,
Yeah.
but that's progression. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be 20 and then you turn 30 and you're still doing the same things at 30 that you did when you were 20. There should be things that you look at as being stupid
Yeah.
at 30 that you did when you were 20.
Yep.
Like if you don't have that, in my opinion, you didn't live life.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta just grow.
I think for me, it's like I kind of live in the moment a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I could like stop at any point in my life, even like today or right now in this moment. I'm like, am I happy where I'm at? Am I okay with where I'm at? Yeah. Okay, I can't regret nothing from the past. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's
Right.
really how the mindset is, where it's just like in the moment, could I do things differently? Maybe, but at the moment, that's how I felt, kind of like how you
Yeah.
said, and that's how I
Yeah.
felt. Like
Yeah.
I'm very like unapologetic, and I
Yep.
know that if I'm pulling the trigger on something, I've thought about it
Right.
thoroughly, and I've
Right.
thought about every scenario possible.
Yep.
And then once I pull the trigger, hey, that's it. Because I just don't talking about it or debating what I said,
Right.
thinking about it twice, like it's over. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Once you make the decision, it's done. When you
Yeah,
do it, it's done.
yeah.
You can't change that. So it's like,
Especially because I don't really like live off of too much emotion.
right.
I go off of just like really like facts, analytics, and really cutthroat. So it's like I looked at all that stuff and I'm like, nah, I make my moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you cool with the rosters.
Well, I'm a changed man now, y'all.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, changed,
we
man.
different, but you know,
That's only because he got a little thing right now. We'll
I'm
we'll see
chilling.
if that goes away. We'll see if the roster comes back.
Hey man, no
I
guarantees.
know, right? Like,
No
hey,
guarantees. I'm
I'm
telling
not
you
saying
now.
one way or the other.
I can't. No, but I think the problem with all of that is like, I end on this is like you spend so much time focus on just females, and as a man, it's kind of like it does get exhausting. Where
For
it's like
sure,
that's why
for sure.
I'm really am emotionally unavailable to most girls I talk to because it's like my focus really isn't even on y'all.
Yeah,
It's on me, and that's gonna sound selfish, but I'm focused on my life and what I gotta do for myself.
yep,
Um, and I feel like respectfully though, they should be too. Like
right,
I want a girl who's focused on her life
right,
and herself and pushing herself. And I'm coming in as just like a assistant boosting you and you
yep,
boosting me,
yep,
but I don't want to. how does that carry you
Yeah.
all the way to the finish line of my life,
Yep.
and you have no race of your own.
I always say when you come into somebody's life or somebody come into your life, it should be a compliment to that life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if a girl's coming into your life, it should be because, or if you come into a girl's life, you should be coming in as a compliment.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be coming in as, you know, the missing pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be coming in as the guy, the director, you know, showing her where to go. Like,
Yeah.
people should already have their stuff figured out.
Mm.
And then you come in and it's like, this is an added bonus.
Yep.
Or, you know, this is somebody that, you know, just further strengthens what it is I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when you come in and you're kind of the core of that person's life, to me, I don't see where that ever would work. And I wouldn't want a girl that she's so reliant on me. I also wouldn't want a girl that just lets me do whatever and doesn't have a voice. Like, you need to have a voice. Like, I want to be told no. I want to be put in my place when I step out of line, because every now and then I do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need somebody that's going to be like, nah, you don't do that.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I don't want somebody that's just going to do everything I tell them to do. Like, that's, a lot of guys might. I don't want that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, another episode
In the books.
These clips, you know.
Yeah, hopefully I shouldn't. I don't think I said anything today that should get me in trouble. So
I think it might be me this episode.
Right. That's why I was like, hey, I need a break from the heat this week. I gotta ask you some questions. Put you in the hot seat.
I'll take the hot seat this week. But man, so the episode Trend Talk, I appreciate man for coming back on. Yeah, we'll do this again. You know, see a lot more on the podcast.
Yeah, we gotta you gotta get old girl on too.
Yeah, we're gonna be on.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm supposed to shoot with her tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
Not a podcast, but
because I was about to say yeah. Put that one out first.
Yeah. I'm gonna work on that one. But, yeah, I'm gonna get her on too, and I mean, I'm trying to keep it just get rid of like having so many guests on all the time, y'all. Not saying there won't ever be guests again, but trying to keep it consistent so y'all have familiar faces and stuff like that, and build like a little mini brand familyhood out of this, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So,
yeah.
It's been real.
It's been real.
Till the next time.
All right. Peace.